an anti-mage kind of character. You know, if you really want to get in there.
I like
And I
getting
do.
in there. Getting in there is my favorite pastime.
Getting right in there.
Right in there.
In there, yeah.
Just in, yeah.
We're still talking about pool, yeah?
Oh, I thought we were talking about snooker the whole time. I'm so
God damn it.
disappointed.
We gotta work on this communication thing.
Yeah, like...
Hi! Welcome to Maxton Doubled. Glenn's not here today, but Hannah is. I'm kidding. Hannah is not here today, but Glenn is, as you can see. He's currently invisible. He will be reappearing shortly. I'm
doing the Woody and Buzz Lightyear thing. It's like, hi, I'm Gwen.
Oh, we touched... I
Yeah.
felt love. That was love.
That's what you felt? Okay.
Yeah.
I felt despair and a lot of sorrow.
Glenn is here today, but he's
Oh, is that
eating
my
because
loved one? Not
he
sure.
worked until quite recently. So he will join us shortly. But Hannah is away, unfortunately, and cannot join us at the moment.
She's enjoying
She will
life.
be here next session, but for this session, I will be role-playing her, and these guys will be playing her in combat. So
You'll find that to be a regrettable decision.
yeah, probably. I think I entrusted Michael to her character sheet, so
I can't wait till... I just want to say, if I can't come to one of these and you have to roleplay Silkus, please talk to Silkus as much as possible. Really get him to perfect that Welsh accent. Just really work on it. Get in there. Just get
Do you
in
remember when we had a Welsh off together a while ago? I feel like I won.
I mean, I felt... You could think whatever you want, man.
I know whatever I want.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. He was saying what I was thinking just then.
What, that I know whatever I want?
No, what?
Um,
Okay.
Also, I accidentally printed off my notes in A4 instead of in A5 this time. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun maneuvering this around my face, but it's gonna have to do. Without further ado, we should probably get started. Yes.
I mean, I just want to say thanks to the people who fought against the whole Sonic thing, and we finally got the animators to be delayed on the movie, and I am grateful.
This is all on Josh, right? This isn't Max and Doubled sponsored.
Oh, this is
Max and Doubled does
absolutely-
not care about Sonic.
This guy
I
right here.
and many people across the internet.
That one. That one there.
Yes, merchandising.
Maxton Double does not care about Sonic.
Oh
Hashtag fuck you, Josh.
no! In like small letters.
That's like the one. That's what's on the back in tiny print.
Oh god, no! Then I'll have to model that, and I'll just be a sad face the entire time. Because I love Sonic. Carry on with the fucking campaign, mate.
Says he. Fabulous he.
Says we. Please, I don't know. Go on.
We are Legion? Is that,
We
is
are
that what
Legion,
this
yes,
is?
yes. God,
So-
I have to be inside your mind on that one.
Previously on Maxton Doubled.
Last previously, yes.
After a bit of a hectic union of our four intrepid adventurers, they were all knocked out by an armoured horseman who we now know to be at least dubbed by Fenrir War, in lieu of another horseman, again dubbed by Fenrir as Pestilence, having ridden through. The party was saved by who we believe to be Fenrir, and dropped at an infirmary before heading off to have dinner and discuss what they were going to do. Ended up deciding amongst themselves that they were going to head off and try to cure Sulfur, Sario's wolf, before moving on to potentially pursuing either Fenrir or Pestilence. They made it outside of the city, found Fenrir's tracks, and decided to follow them where they found a campsite with only the remains of a previous night's worth of meals and what looked to be holes where a tent had been pegged. But it also contained a note which advised them to stop following Fenrir as well as heading over to Freighter Town, where Fenrir's friend Korma will be able to give them advice or even reverse the effect on sulfur. Beyond that, they had a bit of a battle with some wargs and boars, headed back out of the forest and began moving towards Freighter Town once more along the main path, but not after burning a hole directly through most of the forest, as Archibald decided he was going to use something he didn't know how to use, and which had, funnily enough, unexpected results.
No, absolutely.
Weird.
We expected it from the get-go.
The bandits that had been trying to loot their already empty cart fled, and the party went on their way, eventually coming to rest as the sun dropped and it started to become dark. Too dangerous for the horses to move. And that is where we pick up as Sariel and Sulfur take the first watch. As was stated by...
I'm so sorry about that forest fire. It was not my fault. I don't know how to use that one.
I'm really worried about that so much.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
I almost wore like a similar shirt than that. I'm so glad I didn't. I went with a shitty shirt instead.
Could I get... Sure, actually, you know what you can do? Could you roll... Could you please roll a perception check with advantage for Sariel? Oh, that was a good advantage, wasn't it?
Yes. Okay.
Thinking just like...
18.
Okay. So you all bed down to sleep as Sariel takes the first watch.
I'm out like a lightning bolt.
Funny. She and Sulfur head a few meters away from the campsite, find a nice dark spot on the kind of corona of the light of the campfire. Sorry, there wasn't a campfire. She stated that last time. Find a nice dark spot just away from the camp and begin their watch. Who was taking second watch?
I don't think we said anything about...
Who would like to take second?
During Sariel's time, Hannah did mention last session that she wants to try and string her bow.
Okay.
Ah, yes, yeah.
So, is there a watch order?
That sounds very
Thank you
unlike
for
a ranger.
reminding me.
I'll go...
I'm just...
I'll go last.
I imagine we didn't plan this out before we all settled down, so
I feel like we would.
Sariel
I'll allow
deciding
you
who
to
wake
have
up.
planned it out.
We all woke up at
Okay,
different
well,
times.
if you want, you can roll a d4.
That works.
We'll go 1, 2, 3, and
Yeah.
reroll on a 4.
I went to roll
Shall
a
I?
d8
Oh.
because I saw the number 4.
Josh's.
Sorry, I
Go for
just
it.
picked
Go
up.
for it.
3.
John
Yeah.
is second watch as Sariel comes over.
2.
You drifting off to sleep, the two of you, and before you're fully asleep,
I'm
you
underneath
do
the
notice
cart.
Sariel is on watch and Sulphur's keeping her head up and her ears are pricked, just staring around, making sure that everything's okay. And as Sariel kind of settles into her watch and you start to bed down, you do notice she takes the bow off her back, the one that's wrapped in a leather casing, and pulls a string out, unwraps the bow. You see her plant it next to her foot, and she starts trying to string the bow, and you can see she's getting a bit of a bend on it, but it's just not going for her. She tries this for a few minutes before you eventually fall asleep. You don't know how long she kept trying to do this, but she did attempt to. John, roll a perception check for me, just flat.
Okay. For myself?
Oh,
This is for my watch?
that's
This is for your watch, yes.
that is for me.
That can only be good.
6.
I go...
6. Okay.
I see 6 people.
Sariel taps you on the shoulder, wakes you up, and goes off into her own little spot. Beds down with Sulphur, and they kind of curl up together. You take your watch,
Yep.
and over the next few hours, you stand there giving that slow turn, scanning across the horizon, making sure nothing's coming at you. Not that there is much of a horizon at this stage.
Yeah.
You are still in the depths of the Selva Rainforest, but as much of a horizon as there is.
Yeah.
As you stare in and out of the trees, you see the occasional movement, but nothing larger than a small nocturnal bird or
Yeah.
rodent. And eventually your watch comes to an end.
Yeah.
You're waking up Archibald.
I'll
go third. I'm okay with going third.
Whoever you want to wake up.
I'd like to go third.
Okay, because I kind of imagined that we didn't plan this out
Fair
beforehand.
enough. Yeah, no, that's okay.
So I think I would wake up Archibald.
Yeah, no, cool.
But yeah.
Well, I mean,
To be fair, last time you
Hey,
tried that one, didn't go so well.
I ain't an adventurer.
I think I'm gonna go like
To be
maybe
fair,
like
you're
a
under
meter
the
away
card.
from
People have to
Archibald
go looking for
and
you.
like
Ah,
try and like at a moderate volume call your name, like, hey Archibald. Archibald, wake up. It's your turn.
hey, sketchy joke. Sketchy joke.
You hear your name being called, you suddenly shoot awake,
light
and
bulb.
you see John standing about a meter away from you calling your name, kind of trepidatiously.
You're like awake for real this time, right?
As far as I know.
Okay, good. It's your
That's
turn for
fine.
watch.
Okay then.
Alright,
I take my watch, nothing eventful happens, and we all have a good night's sleep.
roll a perception check for me.
Told ya. It's 18,
18.
I think.
I think it is too.
If you roll lower, you'd be able to say, no, everything went fine.
18.
Now you know there's going to be something.
You get up, you're a little groggy, being woken up in the middle of the night. Oh, like to rage.
And then lightning.
You settle down on your watch.
I'm
Given
going.
that scan, you kind of every now and again you feel this pulse. It's a little painful, not much. It's like a very dull headache, and then it just goes away again.
I'm going to use my dull headache and the rest of me to cast.
Ooh,
Wait, no, never mind. Don't have my spell slots back yet. Haven't finished a long rest.
that's true.
That's, yeah.
Because I keep forgetting to do it.
Remember, you used ritual spells. You could use them as ritual. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out.
Rituals are a thing.
Rituals.
And
Well,
it is a
we
like
ritual.
rituals.
I'd like to use
Rage.
some time. As long as it doesn't impact the the safety of my friends and
And your long
cast
rest.
Identify on my wand.
Okay.
With his wand.
I will allow it. I feel like ritual spells are okay to use during a long rest, even though technically it's not raw. But I will allow it.
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
No,
it's
you-
just I'm going to cause a lot more chaos, right? If you don't.
You
Sure.
cast identify on the wand.
Yep.
And the information you gain from it, it's another one of those, you feel it's connected in some way to a lot of what you've been trying to figure out recently in your travels, in that this is also blocking a lot of your information. You do get a couple of things. You learn exactly what the wand is made of. So you learn the materials and you understand their properties.
Yep.
Which means you now have the same knowledge that Silkus does.
Sweet.
Carborundum being the main that third helix, and a purple timber, which is I believe
Purple
there's
timber?
Thrakrath and Ebony, and then there's a purple timber which is Purple Heart from.
Can you do me a favor and say all those words
Yep,
again, but
absolutely.
slowly?
So Carborundum, it's like
Just in
carbon
case
and then
you're not paying
corundum,
attention.
but Carborundum. Yep.
Sounds like a bit of like a.
Which is that third helix. The two other helixes and most of the handle itself are made of a purple and a black wood. Purple Heart and then an ebony from Thrakratha.
I'm gonna probably need to take those notes after.
These are my notes.
Wow.
You don't get the word Thrakratha.
I'll take whatever else you got.
You can have Sam. You can have that word.
I'll have sand.
Ebony from Thrakratha, was it?
Yep. THRACK. RATHA.
I know you said A, but I absolutely put in a G. Thank you.
The gems embedded in the handle are cubic zirconia. And you also learn, once you're done with that, you also learn what the creator of this wand dubbed it.
Yeah.
It is known as the Wand of the Rune Child.
Ooh.
Or in short form, Rune Child's Wand.
Nope. Never using that.
The rest of the properties itself are you're fighting as the spell comes together in the ritual. You're actually fighting to try and get any further with the identify, and you don't actually manage to succeed to gain
That's
much
not
more
something
information.
I can have a go at an Arcana check for. Nah, don't
No,
worry.
actually,
Don't
yes.
worry about
No,
it.
please.
I'll wait a level.
Please roll an Arcana check.
Oh, wait a level.
13.
13.
10 levels later.
You do also realize that there is an incredible amount of energy, or potential energy in this, in this wand. Beyond that, you go the rest of the night. Your identify spell is not interrupted. You have much the same experience as John, and you don't. The only wildlife you see is some small rodents and birds and nocturnal birds. Eventually, it comes to the end of your watch,
Okay.
and you're waking up Silkus.
Yep. I will have to look for him. Because this is fun for me to do. Yeah.
With no
Get
light.
wrecked with a dirty 20 for investigation.
Yeah, because I was purposely hiding, apparently. Sure.
You were under
You
the
were
cart.
in my defense, you were purposefully hiding from me.
It's true,
anyway.
actually. Yes, you do
It's
find
true.
Silkus.
As the narrator says.
You do find Silkus.
I'm just gonna, Silkus, it's your watch.
What's a watch?
It's the thing that goes on your wrist, and also your time to keep an eye out for everyone else.
Oh.
So I've been told by John,
Oh.
because I was literally born 2 days ago.
That's actually, I heard about that. Great. No problem.
It's something teammates do for each other.
I get up. I
Freudian slip.
get up. Oh.
Might want to move out from under the cart
Oh,
before you
forgot the
sit up.
cart. Alright,
Or
yeah.
don't, it'll be
It's
funnier.
absolutely the roughest you've ever slept. Under a horse cart.
Oh, under the horse cart. Okay.
Is that a song?
It is under the boardwalk. I know,
Oh.
I know because of 1170s.
Notice no one
No,
picked
I
up
didn't,
on that. And if Michael did, he's not saying a word because it's funnier.
It's respectful.
Michael's the musical one of us too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get out. It's like, Archibald, if, you mind actually staying up for a little bit? Just a little bit longer. If you don't, it's fine by me. I just kind of just want to have a little
I've got
talk.
to tell you, I've got a hell of a headache, but sure. What would you like to talk about?
Just kind of curious about about your whole thing.
So am I. And
I,
I'm sure we're going to find out answers together.
that's,
That's just...
I don't know. I don't know about
That
you.
together
I could
too.
end up going off somewhere else and find another group. I wouldn't know, honestly. And I grab my spell book and I'm starting to prepare to like change my prepared spells. So it's just slowly doing that. And I grab out a flask, the bottle that I was given. Might have a little bit. It'll calm your nerves.
No.
Your loss.
Very tired. Can I go back to bed?
Alright, go.
You do notice that Silkus is obnoxiously awake for having just woken him up.
Well, he doesn't have to go back to sleep.
No, I'm
Of course he's
definitely
drinking.
I'm definitely kind of like
Oh
just
God, this
the
is
bed
my
was
life.
there was no bed. I am sleeping. Ugh.
You really should be on watch and not sleeping, but you know.
When you do yours, I do
You
mine.
get a full night's sleep and gain 1 level of exhaustion.
I've done that before. It is not fun.
Yeah,
I do that every
find
day.
I'll find a little spot near like a tree or something, and I'll take out my books, and I'll start writing down stuff like just notes of what happened earlier.
How's your low light vision?
I'm a high elf.
So fairly good.
Yeah.
Pretty decent. And yeah, I just start writing. I drink a little bit. I'll look out every so often.
Roll perception check for me.
I feel like if I didn't say that.
If you didn't say that, you would have gotten an automatic 0.
Yeah. That is a 16 plus.
Crit fail. Just because he didn't see something, there is now something there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So 17.
Okay. Yeah, you sit just away from the group, writing in your book. It is dark, but the moonlight coming through the leaves does allow you and your dark vision to write decently well.
Thought he was talking about your poetry when he said it's dark.
Your poetry is dark.
That was like a phase.
The moonlight coming through the trees
Last
allows me to
100
write very
years.
good poetry.
Darkness. Money made it better.
Good old Lego Batman.
You get all your
Okay.
notes written down.
Yeah.
Being a high elf, it's with only even 4 hours of sleep. You know that you are easily
I
able
have
to
go into trance. I don't want to go to trance.
trance if you like.
I don't like it.
Um,
It's don't have to when you have comfy pillows.
you. How many hours of notes are you writing?
How many hours?
How many hours do you think you have to write?
What time do I think it is at the moment?
How many hours of notes do you think you have to write?
Oh, not too much. I got most of the from when we left. There's a lot of notes I got to write down, so I'll probably say about. Well, I can write quickly, so I'll say.
I'd
about
say you
30
get
minutes.
your notes done.
Yeah.
You finish your notes for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And you take the last hour or so of your watch, just attentively staring around. Selva Rainforest, even at night, retains a lot of heat. It's not. It's approaching Solaris. It's approaching Sol, which is the summer season, the hotter seasons.
winter
But
guy.
you're still only in the late, what is the equivalent of spring, flora falling. And even now, even though you're not too far from the colder seasons, it's still retaining a decent amount of heat. It's really quite comfortable. Usually at this time of night or this time of the morning, it would be very cold around these areas. But you're far enough north on Dalandar, and the Selva Rainforest itself traps enough heat that you're pretty comfortable. In fact, at some points you do have to kind of take your robe and kind of give it a bit of an air out because you're sweating a little bit. But
I'm a bit more used to the colder weather.
you do make it through your watch.
Sure.
Nothing of much note happens beyond the notes.
I'll say I kind of so great, cool.
And eventually, you start to see your friends come to. Cyril wakes first. Cyril will also kind of stir and get up, and she starts going about her business, getting herself ready for the day ahead.
Wakey, everyone. Has nothing eventful happened? You all slept well?
Good morning, Silkus. It's good to hear.
Yeah. Alright, well. So, what's for breakfast?
Hard rations, Silkus.
Right.
Those ones you bullied out of that man.
Look, didn't bully at all. He tried to bull me. There's a bit difference. You weren't there, so you know.
I had to apologise on your behalf.
Oh, don't apologize for them.
And she
Do you know
hands
what the
you.
guards
She
do
hands you
there?
one of the hard rations out of the pack in the back of the cart.
Just crackers.
Archibald,
But like
you come
ship's
to
crackers,
next.
so they're super dense.
Yeah.
The last part of your rest has
Yeah.
been a little bit, what's the word? Wonky, I guess. You've kind of been dropping in and out of sleep, and you've not had the greatest of sleep. But you do
Yes, that's
all
right.
get your long rest. So
You
take
need
your
to
long rest.
quiet a quill.
And eventually, John, you do also come to.
So loud
Yeah.
and scratchy.
I love the right. I love the.
I've noticed. I heard it all last night.
I feel like you would have been a bit more of a heavy sleeper with all what went down earlier.
Yeah, so did I, but turns out you scratching with your quill doesn't help. This is my voice
Fine.
now.
I find the scratch of a quill kind of soothing. Honestly, should try it sometime.
Why does it have to be so bright?
Well, that'd be day.
It's literally just past dawn, and the Selva Rainforest is really quite dark because of the large trees, and he's still saying this.
I unprepared Tasha City's laughter and prepared sleep.
Okay.
Just
Is
in
he
case.
drunk?
I'm
drunk.
not drunk. I'm definitely not drunk.
He's
Is
probably
he?
Let's get
Yeah,
some
he's
food.
saying. Yeah.
a bit hungover. I've seen that quite a bit.
You're starting with the time you spent with him. You've seen the amount he drinks, which actually isn't that much. He seems just perpetually hungover. It seems like he's drunk so much in his lifetime that he's
I'm
got
afraid if
hangover.
I stop drinking, the cumulative hangover will kill me.
Yes, pretty much that's exactly what's happening.
So you're playing Sterling Archer.
I'm living the cumulative hangover.
It is killing him.
I'm gonna
It's one hell
go.
of a band name.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the card and I'll find those Rice crispy crackers.
Sarah has already handed you it's almost vacuum packed, but that's not something that they can do. But it's like a very, very tightly
It's a
packed
flavor
wax
simmer at the
paper.
very least.
wax paper,
Yeah.
just hard lump.
Well, why do I feel like the flavor's gonna be equated to the white?
No,
Okay.
no, dude. It's fine. It's an LCM.
No chocolate chips though?
No,
Oh, fuck.
it's with M&M's. You ungrateful prick. Soldiers died so you could have those rations, Silkus.
Soldier.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so out of character tonight. Had a long day.
It's been a long
He's
day
had a
for you.
long sleep apparently.
Unrestful sleep. You all get to work eating.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've actually marked down the amount of rations that you bought. I don't
We bought a
remember
week's
how-
worth.
A week's worth. So if
Yeah.
you want to mark off one day, so
day.
you now have 6 days worth of rations left.
My handwriting is a problem when I can turn to a page and instead of having gold pieces, I've written cold
Cold
pieces.
pieces.
It's like, is that food? No, it's gold. You exchange gold for food, is what I've been told by our economist.
This is true. Or services.
Yes.
Oh, $20. I wanted a peanut. $20 can buy you lots of peanuts.
Explain
how. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Oh.
I understand the reference. I don't know where it's from. Is that Simpsons?
Yes.
Okay.
Proud of you.
Good.
It will happen.
I've heard that before. Guys, I got a reference.
You heard a popular culture reference.
Reference.
Apparently reference.
Oh, we're doing great.
Oh. I don't know, dude. This is probably the best I've been. So what be the plan today? We're just going to continue on.
I believe the plan was to keep heading to Freighter Town.
Yep, that
Anyone
sounds...
actually have an idea how far that would be? No,
It
I
was-
wouldn't really assume you would.
It's 4 days from Chimeria.
What is?
We've travelled
Oof.
about half a day.
Oh,
Yep. Well,
oh, that's big off.
let's hope there aren't as many bandits on days 2, 3, and 4 then.
Well, possibly get into a little more action. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of fun. Got to see more of that wand in action. So, you got it. I already got electrocuted once. Alright, well,
Just...
Sariel's already hopping up
Yeah.
to the reins.
everyone all good?
I'm
Let's get going.
in the cart.
See Sariel give a gesture and Sulfur moves
jumped
out to
on
the
it.
side.
I put my seatbelt on.
I jumped on there a little bit earlier. I was kind of like when I was saying
It's
all
a
that.
straight jacket.
When we were saying all that, I was just like already kind of on the actual cart.
Okay.
It's like, you know, at some point, you're probably going to figure out that an interesting journey usually isn't a good thing.
Someday, probably today, but we'll see.
Guess we will.
I'm going to spend some time being fairly introspective, trying to beat the shit out of the part of my head that keeps giving me a headache.
Okay.
If you
And
want,
by that, I mean just mentally, I'm like,
I
go
want
away,
to
go away, go away, go away.
partially just want to.
Why?
I wanna
Why
cast-
do you inflict me with this pain?
Partially,
I've done nothing but need you. You've done nothing but hurt me.
I partially want to just cast sleep on him.
That would be.
Just a-
I think it would be merciful.
It would, yeah.
You head off. Sariel taking the reins, Sulfur kind of running out just behind the tree line, where she can still be seen, but is a bit more concealed for potential ambushes, and in a spot where she's able to kind of move more slyly. And as you move forward, you go for a couple hours before Sariel kind of turns to you, Silkus, and you two hear this from the back. She just says to you, "We're approaching one of the relay towers."
Right? I know what the relay towers are.
You know what they are. You've never been to any of them outside of a city.
Yeah, no.
The ones you've been to within cities are pretty elaborate deals. You are aware from your basic knowledge, first year knowledge, in all of the academies essentially, is that the way that what you know as the Umbral generators, what they do is they just radiate Umbra, and then each city has a collection of relays surrounding it that collect that radiation and then beam it out in essentially a very narrow beam to as far as it can see, which is the next horizon, and that's where they place another relay tower.
Okay. So...
And there are sometimes miniature boosters in between in case there's obstructions and things like that, but for the most part the relay towers are pretty tall. They look like lighthouses essentially.
That's cool.
With a relay at the top.
Do I know if there's any guards or so would be around there, or like?
It's always, you know that the ones in the city are always manned. Because it is sensitive equipment.
Yeah.
The Umbral network runs across the entire continent and provides magical access to everyone in that area. There are areas on the continent where the network doesn't cover, and in those areas, Umbral access it's non-existent. You cannot get access to magic in those areas.
I'll just say to Cyril, all right, if there's anyone there, it's gonna cause a problem. Just let me do the talking, and we'll probably just get a bit past it without problem.
We can just drive on past, right? They're not checkpoints.
Not really sure.
No, they're not checkpoints. I went Welsh. They're not checkpoints. They just locations of interest.
I'm going to poke my head out because I'm now interested in this location.
Because it's interesting.
You don't see it
does
yet.
Intrigue me.
You don't see it yet. But you go for a few more minutes,
What
and
do
then
my elven eyes see though?
I would like you two and Sariel to roll Arcana checks.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Arcana.
19.
Arcana would be plus. How did I get that one? Arcana's plus 5, so that was a 15.
4.
So Silkus and Archibald, not long after Sariel kind of lets you know that you're approaching the tower, you both feel a very sudden kind of almost complete ceasing of that passive buzzing that you've grown accustomed to at this point, in the back of your head. You realize that something has happened and you've lost a lot of Umbral connection. It's not gone. You can still sense Umbra. You can still sense that it's there, but it has dropped dramatically.
Are you sensing what I'm sensing?
Really depends on what you're sensing, but I'm sensing something. I'm sorry, I'm still really tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. Someone kept scratching their quill. Anyway,
We can continue
what's going
whining
on?
about that another time. Probably better investigate that. That seems to be concerning.
We got a problem?
Yeah, it's the relay tower sounds a bit feels off, like it might be damaged. I'm very curious about that. 'Cause
I mean-
dropped this is just straight up for magic. I'm not sure if you quite understand, John.
I know how magic works. Don't patronize me.
Won't patronize you.
Warlocks do that.
Yeah.
Glenn says, out of character. because Archibald has no way of knowing that.
Roll to know if you remember what a warlock is.
I definitely don't. Glenn doesn't even do that.
Make quite a slight detail though. Just kind of curious now.
Do we know which way the Umbra's going along this relay? Like, are we sure we just didn't like enter its collection booster range and then that's what's messing with us?
That wouldn't have been with that feeling been dropped.
You wouldn't know. You've never been in the wilderness like this. You've never been in a spot where where you've had to rely on these relay towers. You've spent pretty much the entirety of your life within big cities, specifically within cities that contain umbral generators.
Okay.
Which just passively radiate, which means even just in the cities, there's always access. You're not used to having this. It's unnervingly. You know how sometimes people are so used to white noise when they're sleeping that they can't sleep without it? It's like that. So the white noise is gone, and it's so unsettling for you. But you don't know what necessarily would be causing this, if it's normal, if it's not.
You could be. You could be right about that. Either way, I do want to actually have a quick check. I've never felt this before.
I'm going to try and create a shower of sparks in my hand. Like, because I figure they'll probably, like, blink in and out if my connection is dodgy.
Presto.
Yep.
You cast Prestidigitation. You get a shower of sparks. Nothing seems off about them.
I'll activate my cane just to quickly see if there's any Arcana sparks off that.
Your cane seems normal. Pardon me. Yeah, your cane seems normal. Nothing seems off about it. You inspect it's a gem on the inside, yeah?
Yeah, it's a...
You inspect the gem on the inside. Nothing seems wrong. Roll an Arcana check for me now.
Sure.
Actually, just roll Arcana.
Oh, that's going 22.
22. Very nice.
I think
you do remember from your time in the academy. You do remember discussing and learning about kind of how in areas of low umbral connection, certain things that don't require a lot can be used. Certain spells can be cast that aren't affected. But as you start to gradually lose more and more connection, more and more things become inaccessible.
Okay. I'll kind of relay that kind of information when I was thinking about it.
Does that sound like perfect ambush territory? If
very good
our
thought, good idea
connection
there, right there.
to a relay has been damaged, if the relay's been taken out because they, I don't know, saw me cast a spell that ended up searing one of them, do you think perhaps
I don't know if it
if
would
they're
be
taking out-
same. It would be the same. Same people. It could definitely be someone. Probably.
I don't think it has to be the same people, it just has to be people who...
We're a bit away from there
Don't-
right now, but I do agree that it could be now. But it does.
Let's
now you
face it.
mention it.
In a battle scenario, chances are they're going to go for us first. So take us out of the equation, we're pretty useless.
That's fair. That's actually a good assessment.
I mean,
You seem to know quite a bit about
I've-
military.
Been listening to the
Tactics.
conversation.
I mean, like, could be an ambush, but realistically, that'd be like a huge area this is affecting. So, like, I don't know. It's like
To narrow
burning
it
down the
down.
forest because they're afraid of us.
But if the relays are set up in a way to have constant connection, like they're all putting out the same output, and you take that one away, and that connection ends near the relay, people are going to go investigate the relay, and that's where the ambush is going to happen, because they're going to have no umbral connection,
That's very true.
and
Very
it's
true.
the one place where you can be assured umbral users will go if they run out of Umbra connection.
What you think they're like? You think they're like going after just ambushing some of the like nation's Umbra technicians or something? Like,
I think
Probably anyone that of magic.
Like
I mean,
it's-
like another person like a noble like me
I mean,
could go out like now without anyone and stumble upon that because of the drop connection out of curiosity.
You all have a very good point, says Sariel.
No.
These towers are guarded. They're always guarded. This one in particular has 4 men stationed at all times.
Which
They rotate every 2 weeks.
could mean...
yeah, I guess we can ask. I guess we can see if the guards are still there.
If there's a drop there, then
But-
that could mean that the guards are not there. Like,
If we're
it's a
worried about an
possibility.
ambush, like I don't know precisely who they'd expect to be able to ambush. That
They
would
have to have some
be to
kind
their
of knowledge,
benefit.
at the very least.
But like,
I think maybe they're just waiting for the first people to notice. Because I can guarantee you that whoever took out the Umbral connection or the Umbral relay tower, probably they're not reliant on magic.
yeah, that seems like a solid bet.
I
Which
would-
means we may just be dealing with bandits, we may be dealing with something more terrifying. Either way, I'm very curious to see how far we can get and still use magic.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I was
so-
definitely considering going. Just don't want to go all
If
balls
we're
deep.
if we're worried about an ambush, then we shouldn't approach by road.
Oh no, not on a card either. That's yeah. This whole thing just
like,
too noticeable.
Maybe worth getting within sight. Can we? I suppose there's a lot of trees around. We probably can't see it. Or,
You can't see it just yet, no.
okay.
Sariel kind of turns and says, "We are getting quite close."
Yeah.
Well, we could do what we did last time and just hide the cart, and then.
Like,
But then we'll possibly
If
lose
we
it
move
again.
on foot, we can be quiet. We could still take the main roads and head through the tree lines.
yeah.
on foot.
Yeah, that sounds like a decent enough plan. I want to see if the guards are still there at the very least.
I do just want to say though, if we do go by foot, we could lose the cart again, or actually lose it this time. And not gonna lie, that's gonna be me out of 40 gold.
There aren't many people in these forests. I think your cart will be relatively safe.
Did you forget about yesterday?
That was an anomaly. They've been dealt with,
They're not going to try that card again.
and they're not trying that
Oh,
cart
yeah,
again.
not those two. Definitely not those two. They were scared shitless. Well, all right. Well, let's. I am curious. I'm curious if if it's an anomaly or if it's an unusual thing over here, or if it's an ambush. I'm excited either way.
Sariel pulls on the reins. Let's hide it here, and she pulls the cart over into the edges of the road. There's a little bit of a nook in the trees. Just kind of, you notice what once was a path maybe through the forest. That's still just wide enough for a cart. She kind of pushes it in and leaves it there with the 2 horses. Hops off. Selva comes to her side, and she starts moving through just the edge of the tree line, far enough in that you can still see the main road, but no one from the main road is going to necessarily immediately see her.
I think I'll like grab a brick of ration packs, maybe like 5 individual rations, just in case like we lose it. And it's just like this will make it a bit easier to get by over the next few days.
You kind of stuff them in
Yeah,
your
like
belt
stuffed in a
pouch
pocket.
and
Yeah.
It's
It's like I don't actually have the pack that I need if I was going to be
You
like, hey, it
look
smells
like
like
Batman
gold."
right now with the
It's just
utility
like-
belt.
And they're just full of rice crackers.
Yes,
If
exactly.
we want to,
Full of hardtack, yeah.
to be fair, if we want to just throw all those rations in one place, we could. The bag of holding could take all of it, and that way we don't have to all stuff and be able to carry other
But
things.
if we're going into a magic-free zone, we don't know how that will affect the bag.
So
let's
what's the
try out
worst?
the bag.
Worst we lose with the ration. We lose rations.
Worst comes to worst, we lose the bag.
Let's
So what do you want to leave that here? With the chance of being stolen.
I want to leave it with the. I want to leave it with sulfur.
Sulfur's going to be coming with us.
I'm gonna
Sulphur's coming with me.
I'm making an
I
ar-
want to leave it under the cart, above the axle.
Okay.
It like
You kinda
it
crawl
just
under there.
Attach.
Yeah, and you just kind of hook it over
So-
over one of the underside beams.
I want to see, like, do I know how, like, from my education, how, in what way magical items rely on Umbra.
Roll a history check for me.
You mean your education?
Very nice.
Look at you
Education.
knowing things.
Yes, that's me.
It is me.
17.
Drink
17. You've been to USEM, where you know that the company that manufactures the bags of holding is their headquarters are.
Yeah.
You've
It's a
been there.
holding company.
You know the name of the company to be Bag Holdings.
Yep.
Creative name.
Limited.
I've planned for a long time.
That PR, that PR was amazing.
And they do. USEN, as you both know, is quite high tech for its time.
Yeah.
They run kind of what's the equivalent of an advertising campaign. It's not billboards everywhere, but you are aware vaguely from those that they use some form of essentially teleportation technology,
Yeah.
where they have vaults. They operate vaults, which the bags of holding that they manufacture. All that happens is you put an item in and it gets sent to the vault, and then you request an item and it comes back from the vault, and that's how the entire company itself works.
Yeah.
So
Big ass warehouse.
Remembering this, you realize that the bag of holding itself, if you were to leave Umbral range, probably wouldn't be a problem. You just wouldn't have access to the items inside
Yeah.
for that time.
So, I think I remember the basics of this thing, and if the bag drops out, I'm pretty sure that stuff will be safe,
Oh,
so
big
long as
chance.
it can get its connection going back again once it gets Umbra.
Okay.
So don't know how they're
Probably.
Alright, I'll
Keyed
take
or
it with
whatever.
us. Why not?
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Can always do with a cool satchel.
All right.
Is
So
the
I think-
company that recycles bags of holdings called Old Bags?
sure, it's canon.
Cool.
So can I get a marching order, please? Cyril will be first.
I'll go.
I'll-
What?
I'll go second.
I'll go third.
I'll go fourth, slightly out of time with the rest.
Oh. You know what? I'll dress up as
Just
a clown.
an agent of
Expect the
chaos
soldiers.
tonight, and I apologize. It's not in my best interests or anyone's, but it's fun.
Oh boy.
That was the bandit fight.
You know when I lightning bolted them.
Oh, when he
Shout
gave,
out to that spell.
when he gave you
Shout
a
out to that
very
spell.
much unbalanced item, yes.
Yes.
To be
I
fair,
recall.
I'm not meant to be using it as weaponized as I am, but hey,
Yeah, I mean, too fair. the first time you did it,
eventually
you
I
flew.
practiced enough with it. I'm going to be able to cast lightning bolt.
I mean, once you get to that level,
Yeah.
you won't even need the wand to do
So
that.
Cyril, who was second?
Me.
You?
John.
I think Silkus.
Yeah.
And me.
And him.
Now Cyril is moving stealthily. Would the rest of you like to move stealthily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Everyone roll stealth for me.
I noticed
including for Cyril.
I got the image in my head of
And Sulfur.
Family Guy.
Sulfur's
when the
just
soldiers
a
are sneaking and Peter's in a clown suit.
You guys are all
course.
stupid. They're going to be looking for army guys.
3.
Oh,
I'll roll for
no.
Woo!
That's a stealth. Oh, no.
Natural 10.
So that's 14 for Cyril and 3 for
Very
John.
Wait, what? Oh,
I
right.
think John's kind of
It's pretty good.
groaning a little bit with each step.
Oh, my knee.
Step
It's
up.
like-
Oh, my other knee.
14 for Cyril, 11 for John.
Oh, my third
3
knee.
for John.
Wait,
3 for John.
5.
5,
12.
12. Okay.
Stealthy.
Wow, Sulfur
Stealthy.
rolled the best out of all of you, and that was a disadvantage.
Sulfur's a wolf.
She's very dexterous. I eat a lot
Sulfur's a
of good food.
wolf and not coloured bright blue.
It's true.
I'm
So
not bright blue, I'm strong blue.
you all begin making your way just through the edge of the tree line here along the Selva Rainforest. And as you go, you can starting to break through the canopy. You see the top of the tower, It does look essentially like a lighthouse. As more of it is revealed as you get closer, you can see it's a stone construction at the top. There's no outer walkway, but you see it stops, goes in a bit, and then there's another top kind of section on it. And as you're going, Sariel kind of stops, puts her hand back, and points out towards the road, and you see walking along there what looks like a Kaim sanctuary. He's in the typical garb, consisting of the just primarily forest green surcoat that has the bronze-coloured trim around the edges and the Chimerian crest on the front. Over top of the regular male hauberk with the actual coif of it pulled down so it's around the back of his neck. And he's just walking back along the path, so essentially from the tower back towards Chimeria, in that direction. And Sariel kind of stops you. We've got company.
He looks official, doesn't he?
Would
He
I?
does.
Do I recognize him?
You don't recognize him directly, but
Recognize the sigils and that kind of stuff.
yeah, you
Oh, that's
recognize
clever.
the uniform is just it's the same. It's the uniform of the Kaim sanctuaries.
Do I recognize rank?
Rank, you don't see any. The Kaim sanctuaries don't bear a rank. They're all within the sanctuaries themselves. They're all technically the same rank. They are part of the military, where they do have ranks, but they don't bear the rank on actually emblazoned on them at all.
I'm really having trouble with the phrase "bear the rank" tonight. This is where my head is at.
Well, it seems like they haven't
Bears
noticed
are
yet.
known to be pretty rank, so.
So it seems like they might have not seen us just yet. And it seems like, I mean, unless bandits have taken over and just decided to take the pretend to be officers, there's a good chance this might be just a technical issue for them.
I'm gonna look fairly intently. Does this guy look like he's got maybe more than a couple of weeks worth of dirt and stuff caked up on it?
Make a perception check.
I'm basically trying to figure out if he's actually a Kaim Sentry or
I
if
was
he's
thinking
just
along the same
Agent
lines.
47, this dude.
Thinking along the same lines. How well does his
16?
uniform fit?
Yeah.
I mean, his uniform fits fine.
Okay.
He looks pretty official.
Yeah.
You look a bit closer. You are about 40 feet away. He looks relatively clean.
His gait, does it match the type of footsteps that I've heard in town?
Oh, wow.
Of the trained footsteps of the Kaim Sentries? Or is this guy hop, skipping, and jumping?
My favorite
He
thing.
is walking casually, at not particularly fast.
Does he
pace.
look
He's just
bored or
walking.
worried?
He looks. It's hard to tell, but he looks relatively normal. There might be a kind of a worm of worry in there as well.
Quick
But
question.
he's a wood elf, quite short. And as he walks, his armor chinks like all other armor. It makes the same noises. He has the
Does
pretty casual gait as he goes.
knowing, have experience with mildew, would I be able to discern him any different from what I've seen in normal centuries?
Make an insight check.
Sweet.
Damn it, I wanted to do that.
Yeah, but
Let me do that. Let him do that. Let him do that. Oh no, wow.
yeah, let him do that. Let him do that. That's a
I will
Hold on,
allow
hold on.
that. It's just you'll get different information.
Hold on. That's a 4 with a natural 1.
I think I'll get a lot different information
Um,
with a 21.
Oh boy.
Silkus, to you, he just looks like a Kaim
Looks like
sanctuary.
it's comes in.
Archibald,
bad, get up.
looking at him, 21.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at him, and as he gets a little bit closer, you kind of inch your way out a little bit. You see he looks a little nervous, glancing around.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks back up at one point to the tower, and then back down to where you assume the entrance would be.
What's the tower look like?
And then keeps walking. He's still walking fairly casually, but he looks a little worried.
What's the
It's
tower
like a
looking?
lighthouse.
Yeah, what's the how is it operating at the moment?
You can't tell. The actual umbral beam that is relayed is invisible to you at this kind of level. So you know that there's an umbral beam coming this way, which is where probably you're getting your access from, the one that's what you do have. But at this distance, the particles separate enough that it becomes an invisible beam. But you would know the beam goes straight into the tower and then it's relayed.
the
And you
tower
cannot
itself-
see into the top of the tower, so you
Yeah.
can't tell what's happened there.
But the tower doesn't look damaged or anything like that.
The exterior, no.
I have an idea. I could just ask him via message.
He'll probably let the guards
Is
if you do that.
everything...
Well,
He
it's
won't alert the guards if he's not a guard.
if they are guards, then it's not an issue.
Yeah.
We'll just say the Umbra's out, and we were worried that the guards had been like ambushed.
And
I
if
was
he's
going
not a
to
guard-
send him a message saying, is everything okay out there? I'm assuming if they're guards around here, they get messages asking to check in from time to time.
like they're bound to be coded in some way.
Just worried if we decide to do.
Are all the
That-
hens alright in the hen house, I guess? I don't know. What
That-
kind of
that-
codes do you guys use? You're
Look.
military.
Not exactly, but I'll know some basic military.
Are all the raptors in their
Mumbo jumbo?
enclosures or something?
You know some mumbo jumbo. You're not directly involved in the military, so
No,
you don't know
But I know
any of the
basic.
classified codes or anything if they have any.
But I'll have something like in case of emergencies, I'd know something like that.
I mean, there's
Like,
there's
Stuff that's
screaming.
public knowledge, like
Um,
like how in the real world you can say Mayday, and it's slightly different from saying help,
yes,
but it's not a secret
Yeah.
military thing.
That's what I'm saying. Just like I would know a lot of that kind of stuff.
yeah, but there's nothing that you don't necessarily know if any messages going to a guard would be termed or encoded in such a way. You're not aware of that. You've never heard a transmission from
fair, yeah.
a guard to a guard or from within the military. You know that they exist because you actually in back in Chimera, you watched when you encountered Archibald, you watched one of the guards use that exact enchantment on the hilt of their sword to send a message. You know it happens, you don't know the contents.
Do they have a similar kind of sword? It's like
Yeah.
so they have it as well. Okay, so
Okay,
Well,
either
so-
he's a real guard or a very convincing decoy.
and if it's a convincing decoy, then
But
basically
he does
just-
look worried.
That is true.
I think that really the only thing that's going to tell us is that if he's a fake guard, he might treat it. If we just make something up, if he treats it as real, that means it's more likely that he's not a guard than that he is.
I mean, we could just leave. That was always an option.
He is getting closer at this point, and
Back up,
he
back up.
glances in your direction, but doesn't seem to see you.
Wow.
And
He's also
I
blind.
cover you with my cloak of invisibility, which is just my
You
cloak,
just-
but right in front of your face.
Right, I was like, the cloak of invisibility. You still saw me. You
the
just
cloak's
don't see
invisible.
cloak.
The cloak's invisible.
I mean, that's an option. If anything, guards could look concerned all the time. Something bad could happen, and he could have actually just had to hire up this yell at him. That's always a thing that happens.
Roll a history check.
Oh boy. Wait, why am I saying boy? I got a 5 on that. I'm actually pretty happy with my
Yeah, but you're gonna roll a 2.
5 off, mate. 19.
19.
That's a pretty good modifier from a 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I put it
You're
in
very
myself.
much aware of a very good reason why this guard in particular might be worried.
Way to contradict my saying.
There is a very good reason for this.
Yeah.
This relay, it's known among the academies that the technicians and the essentially the designers of the network have kind of have slipped on this particular relay. Most of the network is made to be redundant. which means at any given time, if one tower goes down, there is at least one more tower passing Umbra to the same region.
Except for right here where everything has to
this
go into
particular area,
Yeah.
the network splits into two different lines that go directly out from Chimeria. One goes up to Arkenhau, and one goes through the Selva Rainforest, or this one, and out to Freidertown, and both of those lines then connect and go out towards the Eastern Tract, which you know is the entire supply of Umbra to the southern regions.
Okay.
This particular tower going down means a lot for that area of the network.
So you could have got Yellow Hair up, or, and I relay that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I relay the good shit. It's something that we could at least probably help out with, if anything. With
I'm
Okay.
confused. Are you sure you've got your directions straight? Because
Probably
you
not.
said it was going east, but it supplies it to all the southern districts. That doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't it go south?
Okay.
Southern East, the East and Southern, you know. I
Okay.
just like to know, I'm
Silkus
being
is
guided
able
by
to
a
explain
wolf.
this. You rolled pretty high on that, so if you'd like to explain it, I can give you that
I
information.
will just
I
relay any
want
information
him
that
to
you-
explain it.
Oh yeah, because I know all his
The reason for that-
history.
The reason for that, this is all again basic first year knowledge that they teach immediately at the academy. So the reason that the entire southern area of Dalandar is supplied from the east is because the Eastern Tracts is a neutral region. The Cromulden Accord are the Chiman Empire's classical enemies. You are so distracting.
Don't look at him. I'm doing that.
So the Chiman Empire won't directly provide umbral access to the southern regions. However, they will provide it to Yoln and the Eastern Tract, because Yoln is a very important political connection. They also have no control over where Yoln provides that power.
I read lips, and I'm pretty sure you were just swearing at me through the entire
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much. So
And
essentially,
Oscar is the best, yeah.
it's a political reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Yoln are neutral, and also
Yoln.
the Chiman Empire doesn't want another enemy on Dalandar. It's a very kind of tentative, ticking time bomb kind of political situation where they provide umbral access to Yoln, who then just provide it south.
Yeah.
At a premium.
And-
They just provide it at a premium, and the Chiman Empire can do nothing about it. And the Cromwell Accord relies on that Eastern Tract area, which is fed entirely by these lines that go out to the east.
That's
And Silkus-
genuinely cool.
and
I am
Silkus-
impressed.
Said that all beautifully.
You flubbed a couple of lines there, but
You rolled very high on that history
What
check,
do you know? You don't remember
so
what
I'm
you
happy
were
about
2 days
that.
ago.
All right. So.
Yeah.
So there's basically no chance that this was done specifically to ambush people who happen to be in the area. Then,
Probably not.
like, this
But it
is
could've been-
way too large scale a
Oh,
thing to
no,
just
definitely
be.
not,
Oh, let's ambush people who come by.
Well, it could still be that. This is the first point of failure.
Could be something a lot
Like-
larger than just mere.
If
Bandits.
it is by someone pretty big, they'd want to make a statement. That statement would be something along the lines of, "No more Umbra.
That, just so you're aware, that is the umbral network.
No more Umbra for
Hey,
the southern
shit.
regions." That's going to
I'll
get
point out.
some attention,
Well,
I'll show
potentially
you two.
by.
what we're gonna do is, okay.
This is where you are.
Yeah.
One line goes up to Arkenhau, one goes down to Freidertown, and then the only other line connecting this entire area goes all the way around through this area here. And so it has to go a very long way to get around here. So currently, Silkus, you're aware that if this tower is down,
Yeah.
this whole area is being supplied by that line going up through Arkenhau and that line going down there. So it's a very long way around, essentially. That's the Umbral network.
Okay.
Is there anyone else besides that guard?
You don't see anyone at the moment.
Well, at the very least,
He has, at this point, he's walked past. He's out of sight back that direction now.
Yeah.
look, we could just either leave it. They might actually have something handled. I'm kind of leaning to that option, honestly.
Yeah, like
That being said, something big could be happening, which would require better help than what we can provide. That's kind of what I got.
Like,
But
I think this is definitely something big going on. I think it's on a political scale. It's just
I want to get out of
That-
politics.
there isn't. We can't do like I don't know, and you don't know how to fix a relay.
Oh no, I don't know the
Like-
technical aspects of that. No.
Do
We
I know
should
how
be-
to fix a relay?
Like we can still be concerned that they're not the real guards. That's a
do not.
potential, but I'd say best bet is go
What's-
past like normal, act like we're unaware, and be on edge enough to try and go off at full speed if they're like act threatening. I think that's the best we
Definitely,
can do.
I'm definitely on board with that because I want to get out of. I don't want to go near that of being on spotlight. That's kind of the whole point of me leaving, really. So that being said, I vote for leave. Leave it up to them. I'm sure they've got it handled. If not, that's that's going to be up to the military. And the last thing I want to do is getting caught within that kind of giant mess.
Yeah.
Looking at the tower, are there any more guards like patrolling the top?
You don't see any patrolling the top.
Yeah.
You currently don't see anyone at the moment. The angle is too steep for you to see really much beyond maybe the very edge of that top walkway. But you don't see anyone there.
That being said, what we could do is out of just curiosity, I could charm the sentry that left, just get a little bit of basic information, and then we could just book it.
I'm gonna veto.
I'm kind of
We
out
could
of
just.
sheer curiosity.
You could just walk up and say, "Hey, I noticed something's going on with the relay tower. Everything all right?"
Like
Oh well, yeah, that's going to be the idea. But if they just try to
And if they're like,
aggressive, then that's where
if they're like, "Yeah, everything's fine," we're like, "Okay, just wanted to double check.
just letting
I'll
you
be
know."
on my way."
Like, I agree with Archibald here. I think charming them is a bad idea because
that's like the
it'll
last kind
it'll
of
get us in.
like
It's
that's
just-
just a last kind of backup
Okay.
option.
I would prefer not to know than to charm them.
Like I said, backup option. That note, my legs are getting very cramped. I'm getting up, and I get up and I go walk over to him.
Okay, so you're out of stealth.
I rolled a 5 myself, so I was never stealthed.
He's been shouting this entire time.
I've been talking like
even through
average.
that.
You know how like you do the whispers like this, but then like people are like
He's been doing stage whispers.
Yeah,
"Yeah,
stage
it's
whispers
like,
the whole
"So
time."
What are you doing? So what's the plan? That's pretty much what he was doing the entire time.
The guard rolled very low on his
I'm
perception.
about to say, I'm just like, like you were part, I'm like, wow, either I'm really good,
Very
or
low
he's really
on his
bad.
perception check.
So I'm gonna walk up to him.
He's gone.
Yeah, he went
Okay.
back.
He's
Yeah,
walked past.
yeah.
You've been here for like 10, 20 minutes at this point,
Disgusting.
and he's walked past.
Sorry,
I assumed he walked
sorry,
past the
what are your
direction we went.
opinions?
I
Should
didn't
we?
realize that.
pers-
Let's
should we
let's go
pursue-
back to the cart.
Knowing that, I will actually get up and I'm walking back to the cart.
I'm walking away.
Walking back to the cart.
Walking back to the cart.
Okay.
I also think we'll head back to the cart together. I assume.
I'm gonna check my sundial. and I'll walk back to the cart.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm gonna ask Sariel her opinion because she's been very quiet through all of this. Sariel,
I think collecting the cart is probably a good idea. It doesn't look like it's a situation at the moment that we're worried about an ambush from.
okay. I go back to the cart.
Okay. You'll head back to the
before I leave,
Hmm.
before I leave that area,
Where I go.
I just want to check. Do I have a bottom to my bag of holding yet? Like, am I completely away from magical
No,
influence?
it seems to be working.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
will-
you all head back to the cart.
Yep.
You retrieve it. It's fine. Hasn't been stolen. Both horses are still there. And you get it out from its little nook in the forest. And you're heading back towards the tower now.
I'm gonna, yeah,
Main
toward-
road.
Main road.
Main road.
Main
We're
road.
heading main road. We're leaving the tower.
Okay.
Tower.
We'll be
can-
going past it.
We're going past the tower.
Okay.
Stop to ask some friendly questions. Okay, so do we want to like stop and ask some friendly questions?
Sure.
And just let
If
them
there
know
is
what's
someone
up.
there,
Yeah,
sure.
there's probably guards there, and if just I guess be on the lookout in case we do need to run, in case whatever. Yeah.
I'm
If
going
there's any... Sorry?
after you.
Oh, thank you. If there's any need of dog, let me handle that. I can probably sway a little bit with my name if anything does go a little bit wrong. But if anything comes to, let me just the dog.
I just really don't think that we'll run into trouble if they are real guards.
Best be prepared.
I'm just gonna-
That is fair. But
I'm going to keep myself attuned to changes in my connection to the Umbra network. Like I'm gonna be meditating as we go in, and I'm just gonna be focusing on my mana bar, essentially, seeing how small it gets. And
Yeah. Okay.
You
Alright.
look up at the top left corner. Wait a second. Then your health. Wait.
Okay. So, you, with your horses and cart, you approach the tower. As you do, the full tower itself comes into view. You see the trees around it here are cleared out to about 50 foot, so they can see all the ground around the tower.
Cool.
There is no one on the outside at the moment, but it is it's a circular stone tower that goes up quite a long way. And at the bottom, there's about 2 stories of timber extension that comes out. So just a rectangular timber extension that is attached directly onto the side of the stone tower. About 2 stories of that.
Okay.
And there is a front door, just a single door in the front of it. It's a fairly simple construction. Even the stone of the tower itself is fairly simple.
Is there any way we just can keep going?
The main road goes straight past it.
Just straight out. There's no like a gate or anything.
No
like
gate.
that.
It's not a checkpoint. It's just there is a
I
relay.
think
Cool,
which
cool.
is next to the road.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, there's no guards outside.
There's no a sentry guy.
Well, he was going the other direction.
Yeah.
He's going the other direction.
Not,
Yeah, he was
not,
going from the direction of the tower back to Chimera.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Not worth knocking on the door, I think.
He
Like,
was
I'm
going back. He was
focusing on
Yeah.
halfway casting prestidigitation, but leaving it at halfway, so my runes are glowing. So I'll be able to see, feel if they dim or go out entirely. But I don't want to finish casting it because it's annoying when I accidentally cast it.
Okay, no, that's
You'd be
fine.
surprised how many times in the last 2 days Archibald's punched himself in the face with a gust of wind.
Yeah, no, you do that. Your runes continue to glow.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be anything affecting that at the moment.
Alright. It's
Um,
worth checking.
so you're
an eye
riding
on.
on past?
I'll be when on the card. I'll just be at the front with Sarah Liel, and I guess you two are going to be
Saliel.
Surly.
Saliel.
She's very
Saliel.
surly about that.
Sarah Liel. Yeah. And I guess you two are in the back of the cart. Yeah.
yeah, I'll be in the
Okay,
back, but I'll be at the
Just
like
for-
And you're riding
legs
straight past?
dangling off the edge.
Just for visual reference for myself.
I'm
Yeah.
very much inside the cart.
Yes.
If John's here and you two are here, I'm here,
Yep.
and I'm just eyes closed, focusing on keeping.
Yeah, there's a solid chance these people have seen your wanted poster, I suppose.
That's another good point.
That's one of the
I've
reasons
got-
I'm staying low.
Yeah.
Second of all, I'm not all that strong yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to just open my book and I'm just jotting down notes basically. I've got
Okay.
while, but I'm in a sense I'm pretending to do that because I'm keeping my eyes out on the tower for anything that I'm kind of eyeing any kind of thing that seems to be wrong. Any kind of maybe someone, some kind of person that could cause us problems. It could be hiding somewhere.
Okay. You ride past the tower. Before you get too far, though, the front door of the tower slams open, and another Kime Sentry steps out, and you can see him glancing around wildly, and he sees you, he sees you and Sariel riding, and he's like, "You two! Was there a man? I need to check your cart." And he runs over, just before you can do anything, opens up the back canvas,
Yes.
sees you two,
What
sees
seems
that
to be the
the
problem?
car is empty, and then turns around and is like, "Have you seen a man wearing a Kime Sentry uniform?
It was
guy
Wood
just
Elf. Was
walking
He was
along
just
the road.
here. He was supposed to take our shift, but he went upstairs and then
Yeah, we were just walking along the road leisurely, went past us.
He seemed to be a bit wary and started walking to Chimera. Not Chimera. It's the what the fuck is?
Yeah, just back that way.
Shit.
Chimera.
Chimera. Yeah, walking back that way.
He's done something. I don't know what. I haven't been up the top yet, but he's done something. He came in. We all assumed he was relieving our shifts, but he left not long after, stating he was just going to do a perimeter run. He's gone. We found our monitor knocked out unconscious, and we haven't been up to the top yet.
That way the Umbra's all screwed up.
I would assume so. If that's the case, is it screwed?
Well, it does feel like it has been, but that sounds like a bit of a problem. Best of luck with you. Now I'm trying to get away, and I'm just like this. I'm just like.
I'm gonna punch him in the back from inside the cart. You actually regain a health point. I'm joking. You're
That being said, didn't need any help.
Sariel, if you attempt,
to get
Sariel
his,
is
like-
going to clamp your hand. We need to help these people.
I kind of gather that from the punch in the back and from your clamping. Sure. What do you need? We can go and find the man that left. Do you need that?
I don't know what he's done. He could have done something dangerous. If you could just
Well, we
look,
have
our
him.
monitor knows more than I do. I just guard the place. If you could head up, speak to him. He's conscious now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm up out of the cart on my way
Right.
What does this man look like? This sentry guy.
This guy is looks human. Probably about 5.5 foot. Short brown hair. Pretty standard. He's obviously embraced the role of guard pretty well.
He is the default
Embraced
character.
He's literally
He's
the default character.
setting when you select guard in any NPC,
Yeah.
in any RPG.
It feels like this standard from
His brown
RuneScape.
hair, he's
Pretty
got
much.
a scar here.
Sky.
No
yeah.
scars. He's pretty young. He's pretty young, but he's wearing the full.
um,
He's got his coif up. He's got his chain coif up. You can
Like
see his.
third
his
year.
hair
So generic.
underneath.
Like third year out of the academy.
It's like he's so generic that if you try to get him like a face scanning thing, he just blends with everyone else because he's
Yeah,
that
exactly.
generic.
Exactly. He's pretty generic.
Generic George.
He's also wearing the exact same uniform as the one that you
George
saw
it
walking
is.
past.
Yeah. It's okay. So, Sariel, how about you and I unhitch these horses, go after the trader, Archibald, and you two wanna go and check out the top of the tower.
I feel like
seeing
probably
as he's
the
gone.
best bet.
We go up and check out the
Split in the
tower.
party,
Okay.
people.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Splitting the party.
Actually, no offense,
sorry,
Lucas,
you're
but I
not-
want someone who's a
Yeah.
little bit more durable.
I like
backing me
someone.
up.
To be fair, I would like someone that's not explosive.
How do you
But-
know that I don't?
Is the guard coming to the top of the tower with
we're
you two?
continuing.
The guard is
We don't
following.
really have
you.
much choice.
Yeah.
So who's going where?
I'm going
Tower.
monitor.
So, and me and Sariel were
Well,
unhitching the two horses from the cart.
Yep. And you're
And
taking them
We
separately.
are taking
back
them.
in the
We are
other
riding them individually back.
direction. Okay. So we will start with you two.
Sure.
I'm gonna need this.
As I go up, I'll be like, send us a message if you can, when you figure shit out.
Will do.
So this is the layout.
It's almost like you planned this.
It's almost like I planned this. This is the layout of the tower. Let me just.
I absolutely did not trust that dude. I want that said from the get-go. That is very bright.
It is very
That
bright.
sounds like.
Hopefully
Glenn
it
from
adjusts. It's probably not going to adjust.
No.
Gandalf. Oh boy!
hell.
Wow, yeah.
It's very, very
I
bright.
mean, you want us
Should
just
we-
turn that
I
up
might.
there?
Yeah, could you just turn that away so that it's just pointing behind you rather than directly down at us? You just pick up the whole tripod and. Oh, you can do that too. Has that helped?
Marginally.
Hold on.
Just tip it up a bit.
How's that?
About the same.
God dang it.
You know what? Just tighten it and then turn it off.
Okay.
There we go.
That's better, yeah.
That's better. So they still can't see
Okay.
the one room, but that's all right. I'll fix that.
One room.
So as you two walk through the front door, which is here, you walk in. You see immediately there are two, looks like just mess tables, eating tables on either side with long benches, seating about 6 people each. The tables, not the benches. Straight opposite, there's no wall dividing. You can see where the timber extension turns into the stone. This is all stone here, and this is the timber extension. And you've got stairs up on spiral stairs going up on your left, and then over on the right you see what looks like a pretty basic kitchen cooking area.
Okay.
So as you walk in, there is one other guard here. He's kind of at the base of the stairs, and he looks frantic as well. And he's just starting to head up the stairs now himself.
Alright, well, I'm gonna follow suit then.
Okay, the other guard follows you in. You start to head up the stairs. As you crest onto the second floor, you can see there's an open door here where you can just make out some beds and bedside tables. It's obviously where they sleep while they're on shift. But besides that, the tower itself here is pretty empty. And there's that next set of stairs. You're going to continue heading up?
Yep.
As you head up to the third floor, which is that one that they can't really see, but that's okay because I think I'm only cutting off the stairs and ladder. You make it up to the third floor. Immediately you see in front of you there's a long curved desk. It's quite a large desk. It's covered in paperwork, books,
I'm
all
really
kinds of
leaning on my
documents.
cane right now.
I'm totally fine.
Straight opposite, on the other side of the room from the top of the stairs, there is a ladder, and this room has a ceiling, but you can see the ladder goes up through the ceiling, and it looks like it probably goes up to the top. Right. On that desk, there's also right in the middle, amongst all the paperwork and books, there is a perfectly spherical dark grey ball sitting on a mount in the middle of the table, and there you see sitting on one of the 3 stools at the table is a blue dragonborn who turns over to you and he says, "Who are these people?" He sees the guard behind you and kind of addresses him.
Sickles Neward.
I knew it.
Yes, that's me.
Sound like a member of your family to be this far out in this neck of the woods.
Yes, I tend to be the black sheep here. What's your name?
I had a name for him in my head and it's gone. I hate you.
You lied this up.
It's not Gatwick.
Is it
That'd be
Abercroft Stealthy?
The third.
What?
Make up a name, man.
What?
Make up a name. Here we go. Wet erase. Non-toxic.
You know, I would. I would, but there's actually this commentary going on that's completely unrelated and is rather...
Is it Rath
Vlad Ivan von Birkenstock.
What the fuck? Where are you getting these things
Is it
from?
Claudio Monteverdi?
Oh my god!
So what we say is you're shit at this.
I'm trying
Wow.
so hard. I am trying.
Would you like a break to go
So
beat the shit out of Josh?
You know what? Just because of this. Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue, and then they started doing this.
Tip tongue jerk.
I was ready to keep talking, and they did this. So you know what? Just because of this,
Call him Garrick.
perfect timing too. We're gonna go on break.
There
Thanks, guys. You guys are the worst
we go. You'll say God
Or-
damn it yet?
The best.
Around.
ever was.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's really complimentary. Thanks.
The worst that ever was. I was continuing my own sentence. Thank you very much. Seriously,
I
that
like
suck.
to substitute yours for my own.
What, my reality for your own?
I mean, either or. Sure.
We're going to go on
right?
break. We are going to go on break. We actually have music now because I charged the thing that I was supposed to charge between sessions. But yeah. So, see you guys in about 15 minutes while
He's
I
gonna-
beat the shit out of these fuckers.
And find a proper name.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna
Fuck
die.
you. You motherfucker.
Other beaches, I don't really go out.
So many
Yes.
beaches.
For instance, Bondi is not part of the Northern Beaches.
Oh, did not know that. It's north
What?
ish.
I mean, it's north of Wollongong.
It's north of somewhere, and I'll stick by
I'm
that.
genuinely facing the wrong way because I want to look at you
Oh,
upset
yeah.
on stream. So
He can be upset with
That
me.
works too.
He can be upset with me, and at the same time, don't have to look at me. So it's kind of a win-win.
it's true. It's a win-win.
That is
Anyway,
really
welcome
weird.
back, everyone.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah,
I have
it
names
reminds
now.
me. Are the names Johann Sebastian?
No.
I know that one. What about Johann
fuck.
Kraus, the guy from Hellboy? Luther Hargrave.
I am being bullied.
What about Tywin
I am
Lannister?
being bullied.
What about Marjorie Tyrell?
So,
What about?
having just
names.
continued on your journey to Freda Town, along the main road, experiencing a very sudden drop in umbral connectivity, giving each other a history lesson on the and a current world lesson on the basics of the umbral network, and then encountering what they immediately suspected was not a guard, despite the fact that they were wearing full guard uniform. The party found one of the Umbral relay towers. Silkus attempted to head past it, but a guard burst out the front door, called for essentially help after checking the cart and making sure that the person he was looking for wasn't in there. And now the party has split, with John and Sariel taking the horses and heading back towards where they saw the guard walking previously, and Archibald and Silkus heading into the tower proper to check out what's actually going on. And now they are faced with a blue dragonborn, who, having been asked his name by Silkus, says, "I'm Laurellan, though you don't really need to know that.
I mean, it's just plain courtesy, you know.
You were quick to get out here. Are you here to assist us?"
We were
I believe
just
so.
passing by. And
Well, how
I
convenient.
noticed a drop in my umbral connection
As did I.
How long ago?
about an appropriate amount of time ago.
At least a good half an hour ago.
We had someone arrive who claimed to be relieving one of our guards from his shift. He came up here. I didn't really see him coming, and then I was out cold. My guards tell me that this is mostly what happened. He was up here for some indeterminate amount of time before he walked past my guards once again, left the building claiming he was going on a perimeter walk, and hasn't returned since. I have not yet been up to the relay itself, however, and he gestures over towards the grey sphere that's mounted on the desk. I can see that we have very little umbral connection.
I'd like to head up to the relay because he's taking his sweet ass time getting up there himself.
Just be careful. Our guard up there hasn't come down himself.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. I'm going to ready magic missile as I walk up the stairs.
I'm ready.
Are you actually
Frostbite.
preparing the spell?
Just like lighting up the tattoos, getting ready to go.
Okay. So the two of you start climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
As you climb the ladder, you get past the ceiling of that roof, and you see that it was just essentially a buttress thing with some beams on top, and this whole area between here and the roof is just empty space. Stone walls all the way up. It looks like just the exterior walls, and this ladder affixed to the wall there goes all the way up, and you can see a trapdoor at the top. It's quite a long way up, but you begin to climb, eventually making your way to the top. As you open the trapdoor, you push it open. You immediately see that formation at the top, which is essentially like there are four main sections of wall, and you can see in this the fourth one there. There are four main sections of wall in that center area right here.
Yep.
Each of them itself has a large arch in it, but they all curve up to form a roof over what is inside. Which, as you climb out, you see on the floor just next to the trapdoor, there is another unconscious, or not unconscious. He's just regaining consciousness. As it's a white dragonborn, kind of coming to consciousness. He's got the full kind of sanctuary uniform on. He's got his sword at his hip. You can see him just kind of sitting up now, and then looking in between those walls under that roof, where all the open area is. On the inside, you see what is the relay. And the relay itself consists of one central large rough chunk of grey material, which Silkus you recognise to be carborundum. It's a very large, it's probably about this big across. Yeah, essentially.
That kinda works.
It's probably about a meter and a half in diameter, but very rough hewn, like it was just pulled out of the ground as a chunk. Which is it's suspended by some metal bracings that come out of the walls.
What's it called again, sorry?
It's carborundum.
How do you spell that?
It's like carbon and then carborundum.
Undum.
Yeah.
Carborundum.
Carborundum.
Random.
Undum.
American.
Gundam without a G.
C-A-R-B-O-R.
I get
U.
it. Yeah, UN.
UN.
Etc.
D-U-M. Carborundum. Which is a fancy name for silicon carbide.
Oh.
So,
That.
it's a large chunk of that, suspended by these metal braces that come out of the walls. Then around that are a multitude of quite large white crystal lenses, and some sheer black mirrors. They are polished to absolute perfection. So just make an Arcana check for me.
Sure. 7.
Can you
7.
not ask him to do those anymore?
Fuck you. Look
You
at the same Arcana as
you don't remember
Damn.
what the
know me.
purpose, or you don't remember exactly what the purpose and make of these lenses and mirrors are.
Yeah.
But they are there, and as you walk, as this white dragonborn sits up, and you walk just into the threshold of that room,
Yeah.
you can see a number of the black mirrors are smashed on the ground. And there is a very large crack straight through the middle of that big carborundum chunk.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Bad.
Oh.
Okay. That's not a good sign.
No.
That's not a good sign at all.
Good. It's a good thing you know mending.
I'm not so sure. Looking at the wording.
I turn to the white dragonborn. You're right there.
He kind of rubs his head and sits up and looks at you. Who are you?
Just a traveler was sent up here to investigate. By
Investigate.
by the blue dragonborn down below. Something happened up here.
Laurellan?
Yes.
Look, I'm not entirely sure what happened here. I was just on my normal patrol, on my normal watch, and suddenly I was out like a light, and I just woke up. That's not good at all.
Yeah. No.
This tower is very important. The fact that relay is smashed, that's going to take at least a couple days to fix.
Right. Well, is there anything we could do to tweak it, at least for now?
Look, I'm not a technician. I couldn't tell you, but
I'm going to walk up to like these smashed bits of glass and stuff like that. I'm going to start like evaluating them and putting them together like a jigsaw puzzle, and like each section that I can cast mending on, I'm doing it as I like mending the mirror. Don't know if it's magical, but I can at least rebuild the mirror.
okay. Yeah, you start mending it, and it does work. So the
Yeah.
pieces start to seal together. The mirrors are about that big.
Okay.
There are quite a few of them.
Yep.
The lenses themselves are a bit bigger. They're
Yeah.
about this size. And they're made of a different material, but the actual mirrors are
That's why I'm
fairly
only
small.
working on the mirrors, because mendings, as long as the crack is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension, I can do it.
Yeah, so you start to mend those mirrors. You get a couple of them done. So
you're saying
the guard, the white dragonborn, kind of looks over and sees you doing this and says, "That will help."
Right. You're saying, Josh, you're saying that there was multiple cracked panels, and you said there was one large crack.
The
Going down the
chunk,
chunk?
that meter and a half wide
Yeah.
chunk of carborundum, there's this very large, like, sunder straight through it.
Can I inspect that?
Sure. What would you like? What are you looking for? What's your goal?
I'm looking for how. Kind of looking.
Pickaxe marks.
Looking for like residue of like any kind of magical effect that would have caused that.
Like,
or...
does it look more like a lightsaber or a Vorpal blade sort of cut?
I'm seeing how someone would be able to injure, to damage that, because it seems.
Inspecting the chunk itself, it's quite a large crack, quite a large split in it. And looking around, you didn't really catch this before because the whole area is just kind of littered with crap. And the metal arms that have been holding some of the lenses and the mirrors have also been bent in a lot of ways. But there's actually one of these metal arms on the ground next to a smashed lens, a smashed mirror that Archibald is just is mending at the moment, and you can see this particular, like, it's a large chunk of metal. It's a big solid metal arm.
Right.
Just about fits the crack.
Okay. I'm gonna also just scan the room to see if there's anything that would that I probably wouldn't know, but if there's anything that stands out that wouldn't belong in this room.
Make an investigation check.
As
That's a 14, I believe. Whoop, boy. What the fuck am I? No, wait. What am I doing? I'm so used to using apps. Investigation? Yeah, 14.
14. You start investigating the room. You even move around the outside. It all just seems like smashed bits of what was already in here.
Alright.
as I'm fixing up the mirrors, I'm just messaging myself, like, as I'm going and grabbing bits to cast mending, I'm like just messaging myself like, there's no way I'm going to be able to fix all of this. There's no way I'm going to be able to fix this crack in the carbonated.
Carborundum.
So he's
Carbonated soda.
So he's kind of thinking to himself,
carborundum.
but using a spell.
Basically, like in between each of the mending casts,
Yeah.
you see like the message spell light up from my neck up to my ear and around under my chin to my throat, but there's no, like, you don't hear me saying anything. I'm not messaging anyone at all.
I think, as the saying goes, just because you can use magic now does not mean you have to whip your wands out for everything.
That's why I'm not using my wand, or else we'd be having a completely different discussion.
Oh, wow.
But
I like it.
I'm pretty sure you know who I'm trying to talk to.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yes, that is fine.
Alright, so together. Trying to think if there's any reason for me to actually really be in this room. Because it doesn't really feel like there is.
So, because you see,
mechanical. Oh, no, alchemy. If there's anything to do with alchemy.
No.
Right.
You see Archibald mending the mirrors. Roll a straight intelligence check for me.
Alright. Gonna give it a little bit of curve.
Oh no.
Oh, that was actually pretty good.
He said straight intelligence,
And
not
I
curved.
followed my own path.
Proud of you for finally coming out.
What? Think what? Intelligence. Mod. That's 19. Good old 19.
This, it's not something that you can fix, but you think you could probably jerry-rig something to be at least partially effective.
Alright. Using my knowledge from my studies, I'm gonna try and grab. How heavy would be that claw.
The metal arm.
Yes.
It's not too heavy. You pick it up and it's
For a -8.
something that someone can wield.
Okay. God.
Yeah.
That wouldn't problem.
So it's basically about as heavy as a baseball bat.
A little bit heavier than that.
Okay, cool.
It's a pretty solid chunk of metal and it's quite long. It's designed. You can see where it's being sheared off. Close to the wall.
Yeah. Does the actual cut? So that looks like it's actually been cut off, or has been like any way to actually latch onto it?
Did he tear it off?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to. So it's like the wood elf we saw. Did he look particularly strong?
I really hope he tore it off. That way, Mr. HP over here has a fight on his hands.
He just whacked himself in the face with a pencil.
Like it was like yeah.
Make an investigation check.
16.
16. You go up to this part where it's being sheared off, and you look at how it, and you look at the actual detached part, and it looks like it looks like it's being melted off.
Okay.
And no, it wasn't jet fuel.
I'm gonna see if I got anything that could help out spell wise. Yep, no. Okay. I can't put it to sleep. Actually, can I just put them all to sleep and walk away?
You can certainly try.
I will punch you in the head.
Alright. I've seen him still kind of.
I'm in the zone. Apparently, Archibald loves jigsaw puzzles.
Apparently so. They're great for the mind.
Problem is, this one's convex, so I can't actually
Lay it down flat.
Yeah, I can't lay it down flat. I don't know why they've got it, but it's there.
Yeah. Alright, so Silk is
This one's a fun room mirror.
Is there any like spare parts in there? Because if I can jimmy something, if I can make something.
I mean, there's probably some recently repaired mirrors you could use.
Well, yes, but like I'm trying to figure out. We can put the mirrors back. That's not a problem. As for the hand, for the arm, that looks like that's meant to be put there anyway. I would know what the use of the arm would be.
Literally just to hold the mirrors and lenses in place.
That's it. Yeah. So we need to get the arm back up so we can actually put them in place. I mean, I could probably use.
A few of the others are bent to shit. But this is the only one that's been sheared off. So this is the only one that was lying on the ground. But the others, a lot of the other arms are like bent over, and the mirrors and lenses are being smashed out of them. But yeah.
If I make a good enough Arcana check, can I use Burning Hands to weld that thing back on?
Burning Hands doesn't heat at that level at that temperature, but you can certainly try.
I'm still in the zone. I'll get to it eventually. I've
Alright, I'll
got
hold
a
you
lot
to
of
it.
jigsaw puzzles.
I'll hold you to it.
I can't really think
Gross.
of any.
How much? Oh, I was about to ask a stupid question, which was how much does like Archibald know about like starting a question like that? The answer is nothing. It was gonna be about welding, but the answer is nothing.
I'm gonna burn the shit out of my retinas when I do it, but
I'm just like
I'll just
you're not even gonna
prestidigitation
clean the
on my-
surface first. You're just gonna like time to make it hot, I guess. It's not catchy.
I mean, I could use mending on it.
I got nothing on me that could really help besides the alchemy stuff.
I gotta solve this entire puzzle with cantrips.
Okay, so quick question. You said that Silkus lazy can. Here's Josh asking, how the fuck does he think that if there's no parts to use?
So there aren't spare parts, not up
Yeah,
here.
but it's sheared off. There's not much I can work
You
with
can
that.
see if, not necessarily for that particular arm, but to retain function of the relay itself.
Yeah.
You might be able to jerry rig something if you can get it properly calibrated.
Okay.
You might be able to jerry rig something in the way of the correct formation of lenses and mirrors to at least get the relay going. The carborundum chunk, you know that that's essentially what radiates Umbra to the area.
Yeah.
It's the lenses and mirrors that relay the Umbra to the next tower.
Okay. Alright. Jerry something. So I guess the other arms. How many other arms are there, sorry?
There are quite a few. Not all of them are damaged.
Yeah.
Just some of them.
Is there a way to there's not all of them are holding up panels because a lot of them
Some of them are
smashed
missing
out.
panels.
Yeah.
Some of them still have the panels but are bent. Some of them are untouched.
I'm gonna take some of the panels and that he's built and I'm just gonna put them on the ones that don't have them,
Okay.
aren't being touched, and anything that's been slightly kind of bent out of whack.
Okay.
I'll talk to the Dragon Board. I hope you don't mind if I assume, but you seem quite strong there. I could use your hand to reshape these
Just your
arms
hand.
back. Yeah.
Look, I don't know what I'm doing with Umbra, but I
I'll
might be
guide
able to
you.
give you a hand. You think you can fix this?
I believe with a little bit of help, we could probably just put something there that could be stable temporarily, at the very least. And that way we could be able to get someone in to actually properly fix it after.
You'll need Laurellan's help for that. But I can help you at least jerry-rig something immediately. And he kind of walks
That'd be
over
great.
and whatever you're gesturing to, he
Yeah.
starts helping you with it. He's quite a big guy. He's pretty easily holding these things up for you to get going. But you don't have anything currently to... if you're looking to like tie something up or anything like that, you would need to find something.
Could I...
At the moment, you don't have anything.
Question.
Yep.
Could I... I'm going to try a Glenn's trick. If I do a high enough Arcana check, could I use...
I love it when they ask this.
Could I use Frostbite to freeze the panels in place for at least a temporary duration period?
I mean, the arms themselves are designed to hold them, and
Yeah.
really not any of them. The clasp is damaged. It's mainly just the
Right.
metal itself has been bent somewhere.
Well, yeah.
And so they're out of place.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if it's any... Okay, so that's all crossed. Okay, so while he's kind of getting that to happen, we'll set up a few panels, and as soon as that's kind of finished, I'll just quickly talk to him and say, you'll be able to get Llewellyn. Was that the...
Laurellan, yes.
Llewellyn. Can you be able to,
Laurellan.
be able to be able to get him for me quickly?
I can do that, yes. And he climbs down the ladder.
Fair much.
Hey, Lorella, get up here!
Llewellyn, what's
About 5 minutes later, both he and Laurellan appear through the trapdoor again.
Hold on.
Laurellan.
Great to see
I
you.
just
Need some help.
imagined in that like
I can do
5 minute
that.
gap grabbing the big chunk of carborundum and running with it.
And I start
powerful magic user alive.
I start gesturing to how we can put these back together. Glass.
I can calibrate this for you if you need.
That'd be very much appreciated.
Look, the fact that you're fixing this, I very much appreciate that. If we can get something going, we need to be relaying to the next tower. If
Are
we
these
don't, we're in serious shit.
At
Just
that
so,
point,
just
I'm
so I
like,
know, are these mirrors magic, or are they just standard mirrors?
Roll investigation check.
I would know that, wouldn't I?
I'm asking.
No, I wouldn't.
But I'll
Yeah,
roll.
I would like to give you the information.
18.
18. The mirrors are not magic,
Cool.
but as you're putting them together and inspecting them, seems like a familiar material to you. You kind of rack your brain for a bit, and then you get it. It's obsidian. The actual material of the mirrors is obsidion.
So
It's
we put
very
enough of them
highly
together,
and smoothly
we make
polished.
another portal.
As soon as like he said that, just taking off my robe, putting down my cane, and I wrap up sleeves, and we start getting to work.
Okay. Over the course of the next half hour, you start rigging things in place to the point where you know the actual relay will work. The Laurellan starts calibrating it, starts moving these arms because they do have hinges that you didn't realize were there. Some of them have hinges and even around near the top of the kind of the arch area that forms the roof. There are some rotating metal bands that some of these are attached to, and he's able to pull the whole thing around, and as you're getting it to a point where the mirrors are pointing in the correct directions, he's moving it so that they're catching the Umbra, and calibrating it so that it's sending it where it needs to go.
Also kind of gesturing
roll
to
a-
Archibald, and he's helping out with this as well.
I'm still
We've got one
fixing
thing,
errors,
and
I'm
I'm
pretty
doing
sure.
that well.
Roll
Yeah, I'm a rolling. If you get me
roll an
Dex.
Arcana check with advantage
Ooh,
because you're being helped.
I ever had advantages. in
Wow.
this as well?
2 15s. Okay.
That's good. What dice should I use? I want your opinion, Glenn. Should I use
Midnight. These
Midnight?
guys.
These ones? Alright, sure. 17, but with advantage.
With advantage.
22.
I'll take that
Go with
17.
the 22.
22.
Yeah, take the 22.
All right, yeah. Takes you about half an hour, but you get something rigged up, and you all kind of take a step back. Archibald, you're done fixing the mirrors now, and you feel as you basically complete this process, and as Llewellyn is doing that final push, you feel your Umbra start to pick up again, as it's now relaying. It's still weak because the what you know as the distribution module, which is that big chunk, is still cracked. It's still not entirely working, but now you've calibrated it so it is receiving some Umbra, and it is relaying.
Much more comfortable.
You do feel a little bit boosted.
That was fairly well done. Well,
And to you as well, I appreciate that. This saves us a hell of a lot of trouble. Thank you both.
not a problem.
I want to have a go at mending the crack in the
Oh god.
carburetor.
We just had it. We just
Okay.
did it.
I can break it more.
Do
Might
you
just
know
fail.
that? Do you know that?
You cast mending
know
on it, and it doesn't fix. It doesn't have any effect.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I thought like
You do feel because you're highly attuned to this. You feel as he casts mending into it, you feel a quick pulse of just a little bit of Umbra, as it seems to absorb his spell.
do that again.
Creepy.
Whatever you're doing, I don't think that's going to work.
Well,
but
it's glad to have you here.
I'm gonna get my wand out because it's got carborundum in it as well.
Yes.
Is my wand reacting to this
Um,
carborundum?
as you hold it up, you get closer. Nothing happens. It doesn't glow or anything like that.
Okay.
A fork in a microwave.
Yeah. Oh god.
It's quite the wand you've got there.
You.
That was a very gay moment that we just had. I'm very happy about that.
Well,
I didn't
I'm
go
glad
that
it
direction
impre-
at
I'm
all.
glad it impressed you.
Yeah, always.
Oh god. I did.
That was me, and that was me and Laurel. Thank you so much. This
Not a
has
problem.
saved us more trouble than you can possibly imagine. I'm sure there are messengers already on their way from Town.
Probably the case. Well,
Hopefully they see the beam and turn back.
it was good to meet you,
Actually,
Juan.
thinking of, and he kind of reaches into his
get
belt
going.
as you're saying this, pulls out a piece of paper, unfolds it, looks at it. You see him frown,
What's the problem?
puts it back.
All right.
This is more of a problem than I thought.
Of course.
The maintenance
Isn't it always?
schedule is what that was. The Arkenhau line is currently under maintenance. It's the only other line that can supply Umbra to this region with any kind of fidelity. Without the Arkenhau line and with this tower down, all supply to the east is being routed through Kilkulyud, which means not much supply at all. The eastern tracks aren't going to like that. But you've helped immensely.
I'm sure someone else could be able to handle that, but seems to be more up someone else's alley.
Tell you what, people aren't forgetting this day down in the Accord. Not forgetting this day for a while.
Could you just, by any chance, just skip my name, leave that out of it.
Okay, I don't know your name.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I no
very
longer
much.
know your name.
Very
If that's what you
appreciated.
wish.
Absolutely. Well, I guess we better see what happened to our other two companions. They chased after the
It's been
sentry.
like 45 minutes and you didn't send a message.
I'm,
It's very
I'm happy
funny.
to hear it.
I go out like I'm just like go hands like, Llewellyn, Nice to meet you.
He gives you a very firm handshake.
you.
He looks
Laurel.
greatly
saying.
relieved.
I go to the White Dragonborn. Didn't quite catch your name.
Gordith.
Got it. See, isn't that hard?
Fuck you.
Where's my pencil? I lost it.
Good. I hope so. So, John and Sariel,
Yeah.
you two unhitch the horses from the cart.
Yeah.
You move over to the side, unhitch the horses, and you both jump on, wheel the horses around, and you start galloping back towards Chimeria.
Yeah.
You're going for about 40 minutes. Going ahead of you, you see that guard. You see the guy who was wearing the full guard uniform at the sword of the hip. And as in your full gallop, as you come up on him, he looks back, sees you, and immediately bolts into the forest.
And gets attacked by a giant wolf.
He gets attacked by a
Clever
shaman.
girl.
Cyril swears under her breath, and Sulfur kind of moves out onto the main road to see if she can get a better angle. But as you approach that spot, he's headed in. There's a little bit of a game trail there. And Cyril kind of turns and says, the horses won't do here.
Yeah. All right. Let's give it a go.
Okay.
I'll, like, dismount and start running through. I'm just like, well, alive is preferable, but I'm not averse to you shooting the guy.
Okay. So, this is actually a skill challenge.
Okay.
For the start here, what pace are you setting? You're going absolute maximum pace?
Like running, but not sprinting.
Okay. And what? So as you start going here, he's a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah.
And he's actually currently gaining on you.
Okay.
And as he goes, Sariel's going to start trying to track him.
Yep.
Because she's realizing he's going to get ahead.
Yeah.
The two of you together plus Sulfur can't move as fast as the one person, especially when you're trying to pursue him as opposed to being pursued. So she starts trying to track him. What would you like to do for this first stage?
Okay.
Fuck.
Like, I think at this point, if I'm seeing that I'm getting behind, then I'll try and put on a burst of speed to catch up to him, because I'm pretty sure I can shut him down if I get with into melee.
Okay. Roll an athletics check for me.
Aha!
Aha.
24.
Okay.
Nice.
So, you basically just put everything into it. Sariel starts going down the track, and you see her kind of slowing down so that she gets that kind of ability to look around and see those footprints and stuff. And you see this, and you book it towards him. You are shoving branches out of the way. You're ducking under low-hanging trees, vaulting over fallen trees, and he looks back, sees you doing this. You are catching him really quickly.
Yeah.
And he's going to try once more. We'll make a contested athletics check.
Okay. Another 24.
All right. Skip the skill challenge, right? Don't you? As he like looks back and sees you coming so fast, you're not a large person. But he sees you just barreling through these trees and branches, just taking them as you like the smaller ones. You're just letting them hit you, just basically blazing your own trail towards him. And he just fucking panics. As he looks back and then goes to look forward, you see him trip. He actually rolled a natural 1. He trips on a root and falls flat on his face and kind of skids to a stop. And you catch up immediately to him. And Sariel sees you run, and she has run behind you. She's kept up with you, so she is now right behind you as well.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna just like grab a nearby branch and just go to hit him right, one hand just bam on his neck while he's down.
Okay.
He'll probably survive, But I don't care too much if he doesn't. Like,
Roll an attack
yeah.
with advantage because he's prone.
Okay, so that is a 15.
Hits.
I see. Okay, that's 8 damage.
Okay.
And-
You, as he goes down, you smack him upside the head. He doesn't fully go unconscious, but he is dazed.
And
and
bonus
he's
action to grapple.
Okay. Contested check. Oh, Matt. What?
Did you not nat 20?
I rolled a nat 20, and then he rolled a nat 20.
Ah, but whose nat 20 is better?
What's your athletics modifier?
5.
5. Yeah, you managed to grapple him. He's wily. He's unexpectedly wily, and he starts to like slip out. But you just
Get
double down
away.
your efforts, and you grab. You first get a grab on his shirt, kind of spin him around, grab his arm, grab his other arm, slam them together, and then you get like a bear hug on him, and he is now grappled by you.
Yeah.
Oh man. So skill challenge, huh?
Yeah. So now, what would you like to do? I wasn't expecting that to go so quickly. Probably a good thing though.
Like, I mean, I think I'm just going to keep trying to subdue him. I imagine Sariel's going to catch up quite quickly. And
Yeah,
at this point-
Sariel's right behind you. She rolled a 19 plus whatever acrobatics modifier is to catch up. So
like, she's basically probably in the right position to like bash him in the head with the hilt of her sword or something.
yeah, she comes up. She doesn't immediately do that,
Yeah.
but she can see you grappling him. But she kind of like, what do you want to do with him?
Well, knock him out, take him back, let the guards deal with him.
Okay. As you say that, I'm going to roll a contested straight dexterity.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. You see him raise, kind of raise his hand and go to. He looks like he starts to cast something.
Yeah.
But you manage to bat his hand down and then hold him again.
Yeah.
And he is now completely at your mercy.
Okay.
Sariel kind of pulls out her sword and gives him a clock across the head, and he goes unconscious.
All right. Well, that went pretty well, I'd say. All right, let's give this limp bag of bones back to those guards and see what they want to do with him. I like sling him over my shoulder and start walking back.
Okay. So it takes you to walk back. The sprint that you've done.
Yeah.
The walk is maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You arrive back at your horses that you left on the main road. It's easy enough because you have just left this wake of destruction. He does not wake up in that time. And you're at your horses now. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna like kind of climb up and like have him sort of like also like on the horse, but not riding it, just sort of flopped over it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're gonna head back to the tower. Okay.
I think like not galloping this time, but yeah.
So you were gonna send a message, right? One of you?
Well, not me. I don't have.
Were you gonna send a
like we
message?
said to, but I don't think they did. And
No, in that time we didn't. We were busy.
plus,
fixing.
like
Definitely
at this
not in
point,
that
we're
time.
probably way outside message range, aren't we?
Message is like 30, 60 feet. or
I'm
something.
still building mirrors at this point.
Well, it did take him 20 minutes or so, whatever it was, to get to that point and find him. Or half an hour, I think it was. So at this point, when you're arriving back, you're just finishing up.
Okay.
And kind of as you're having this final discussion with Laurellan, you hear galloping coming down the road, and you glance over the edge. There is no fence, by the way, on this thing. It's the top of the tower. It's just stone, and then there's this smaller room on top. There is no fence around the top, so you're just able to walk to the edge and kind of look over. And you see John and Sariel returning with an extra figure just slumped over the back of the horse.
Well, that's good news.
Take it. Had any trouble with them?
I assume this happens like after like we've gotten inside the front gate area.
You all reconvene.
Well, he tried to run off and scamper away, but was a bit of a wuss about it. Easy enough.
Well done.
Cheers.
Well, Juan, there he is.
You seem like you'd be happy to ask this guy some questions. I like sort of flop him over off of my shoulder so he just lands in the dirt.
He's one of the companions. His name is John.
John.
We thank you greatly.
Sariel over there with her sister Selva.
And you. This is a great development. I will happily question this person, and he grabs him by the scruff and drags him inside this bottom room.
Yeah.
Slumps him up against the table, like sitting on a bench, and just back over the, over the top of the table, and then gives him a hearty slap, which
Good hearty slap.
Echoes throughout the chamber.
whoa.
See, it's not that easy.
So an auto crit. Unconscious.
That's true. It is an auto crit.
So that's 8 points of damage. Is he dead?
Guys, no, he's not dead.
He's now unstable.
He wakes back up with a jolt.
Ow,
Kind
my
of looks
face.
around.
And then he goes unconscious.
He kind of looks around, wide-eyed at the 4 guards that have now gathered, plus the 4 of you and the wolf.
Oh yeah, we're all Avengers wanting him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
If it's all the same to you, I'll take that drink.
Yeah.
I got a smile going. Got a bit of a grin. Oh, actually, you know, it's always the case that I'm grinning at some point.
I just
Magic
remembered.
missile.
I just had the thought of how much like raging would have been incredibly helpful in that skill challenge.
Dude,
But I
that's
just
fucking mad.
didn't need it.
Wait, you want an advantage on your crit?
Jesus, I can't believe you critted my crit.
Well, you know, if you had,
That was
if you
incredible.
doubled your crit, there's a rule here about double advantage, which has nothing to do with it. Continue.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with it.
It's okay, Josh. We all try sometimes. Some of us also regret it.
Yeah. Very
And
few of
that-
us succeed.
Okay.
That's me.
So he wakes up with this slab and looks at you all. It's kind of like Tony Stark in the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
He kind of like, he's obviously dazed. Sees you, kind of scowls at you a bit, and then just sits there.
Focus your perception on the guards right here. You're in a bit of a predicament. It's best to just help out with any answers that they ask, any questions that they ask. You probably don't want to make it difficult for yourself.
Please tell me Silkus's charisma is quite high.
+6, baby.
Because that was like,
I know.
yes.
I know.
Yeah, make a
That's
persuasion
why he's
check.
got a high modifier.
Exactly. That is
Yeah.
legit it.
It's just like, I
Guys.
can believe that Silkus delivered that really well.
Yeah. Your boy only has a +1 to charisma at his best.
My aim is whenever I want to intimidate people, I'm going to do it through Arcana.
I wasn't really...
That way I end up with a +15.
Yeah, that's a non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20.
It's a pretty good roll.
That's the thing. Silkus is charismatic as fuck, but fuck that. I'm not.
You say
I'm the
that.
opposite of him.
He glances around,
Nice.
and there's Llewellyn standing there right in front of him, and he like looks you all in the eye, looks Llewellyn in the eye, and then suddenly flicks something at Llewellyn,
Magic
who
missile.
like goes to grab, realizes it's just a coin.
Oh,
The
no.
dude, as you send off your magic missile,
Yeah.
they hit, and he also at the same time finishes like this. It's a movement you don't recognize, and Silkus, you definitely don't recognize this. As he finishes this movement, it's like Silkus, roll an Arcana check really quickly.
Sure. 24.
24. Usually, with when you're casting a spell, the movements are pretty intricate. Quite fine movements, low finesse to the actual casting of a spell. This, he finishes this broad movement and then brings it, like, as he flicks it out, he brings his hand straight down across his body. and your magic
8
missiles
points
connect, and he drops dead. There is like a blood stain forming around here now. Your magic missiles did not hit anywhere near here. They all went straight through his head. There was a blood stain forming right around here on his like under his armor, and he's gone.
That was not me.
No, that wasn't you. What the hell was that?
Well,
I'm gonna look.
that's a very motivated political thing going on. I do not envy you. Oh well,
So
don't envy me.
you
Don't envy
I
me.
wasn't talking to you.
you unclasp
Don't
you
envy me.
unclasp his armor, and you remove the breastplate. You see the mail underneath. Sorry, you take off the surcoat. You see the mail underneath. You remove the mail. You remove the gambeson underneath that, and you remove his tunic from underneath that.
Jesus Christ!
And
It's a miracle!
How many
As-
sweaters is he wearing?
as you remove that last tunic, you see there is a
Spell kind of person.
hole in his chest. Make a medicine check for me.
Okay, sure. You had a +1 on that one. 17.
Yeah, he's
17.
missing his chest.
Just double check. Yeah, it is 17. Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
You
just
kind
wound.
of, in your curiosity, you kind of grab the tip of your cane, part the wound a little bit, and his heart is crushed. It looks like someone has just gone with his
Oh,
heart.
literal.
Dude,
okay.
Bigby's handed his heart.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
His head's also fucked up from those magic
Quick
missiles.
question: with that roll,
Not got much hair left.
would I have any idea of what kind of spell that would have been?
You have no clue. You've never even seen. That you've seen pretty high tier magic users use a pretty wide variety of spells that you can't dream of casting. You've never seen a movement like that.
Well, that was terrifying. Clone, leave it with you.
You got it right. Terrifying is correct. I would have liked to question him more. I really should have thought about that.
So it didn't seem like you wanted to answer any questions anyway.
What was that coin?
He
Yeah.
bends down, picks it up. It's just a gold coin. You can have it if you like.
I'd like to have that
Flicks it to
actually.
you.
Oh, by all means. By all means.
I want to inspect it.
It's just a gold coin.
Don't trust it, but I'm not going to cast Identify on it yet.
Do you mind if I?
Why is it whenever I get anything gold?
I got plenty of gold. I don't need any more.
He's a neward.
Hold it back.
Any hidden?
As he says that, he turns to the rest of the guys and says, "You never heard me say that."
And I look at him like, thank you. Do I have to see anything like anything intricate, tiny?
Make an investigation check.
significant? Non-natural 20.
It's just a coin. It's just a gold coin.
By
Standard
chance,
Chimerian mint gold coin.
If I rolled a nat 20, would I just see the? No, it's kidding.
If I roll that,
If I rolled a nat 20,
standard Chimerian mint.
there you go. Unless anyone else wants to look. Nope. Okay. Keep hold on that though. That's
I don't trust this coin.
well. If you want, you can have a coin for me, and I'll just trade coins because I'm kind of keeping it for like keepsake.
I guess regardless of how trustworthy or otherwise the coin might be, it's still probably legal tender if you feel like getting rid of it that way.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I'm going to write in one untrustworthy coin.
I really want to keep it just for keepsake. That's really all Zippers wants.
Keepsake
Keepsake
Too
coin.
bad you already spent all 30 of your gold.
Oh no, my dear boy, I have so much more. Josh said this, not Silkus. You don't know.
You have no idea.
Don't know my secret.
Can't
You
wait till
don't
Daddy
even
cuts you
know.
off.
Smile and wave,
So,
boys.
you see,
Smile and wave.
You see, like, the theory that I'm going for is that you have, like, there's like a vault, but surely you can only carry so much actual gold on your person because it's heavy,
True.
as it says in my book.
But
I
you obviously haven't came into. You obviously don't know about the Batman Visa card, which all highborn
Does
have.
not exist.
I
in
haven't
Genoa.
invented it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm fine. I'm not broke right now, so it's okay.
Laurel turns to you all and says, "Look, I really appreciate what you've done today. You've saved us a buttload of trouble and even more paperwork."
Well, happy to help. I got nothing else to say really. That's first.
Yeah. It is.
I kind of just would like to get going. If you
Yeah,
don't
I
mind.
guess we'll continue on our way. Like there's
If you ever
signs
figure out
of
what
bad
that spell
stuff
is,
going on.
Find a way to contact me and let me know. No
Will
one that he
do.
used to kill himself. I'm just curious. Who knows? Maybe I'll let you know one day.
Just like pick a PO box or something.
He finally really focuses on you and sees the tattoos, and
Oh boy.
gives you a bit of a look. Kind of shakes his head and then, "Thank you. Look, I don't have anything here I can reward you all with, but
A level.
I assure you, the moment I find something, I'll send it your way. At least I know how to contact you, even if I'm not spreading that information."
That is fair. That is very fair. Well, on that note, I think we better get going.
I need to get back to my duties.
Yeah,
By all means.
we wasted a day. Let's get on it.
Best luck with the rest
You are
of the pairs.
welcome to use our facilities, bare as they may be, for the night.
Yeah,
I like to wash my face.
Yes, after he says this, I am going to go to the toilet.
Okay.
I will freshen up for my trip. And I might see if they got
what
any
time
fruit.
is it by now? It's at like
Any good
I feel
food.
like we've only been
Probably.
here for dealing with this for 3 hours.
It's probably roughly half.
Like
maybe
3
I
or
mean,
4
4
you,
hours.
you've been back and forth. Early to mid afternoon.
Okay,
At this
Okay.
point.
yeah. Is it worth keeping going?
I'd say so.
Yeah, let's get
I'd
some.
like to get a.
Get a bit
This-
more distance.
I'm probably staying this away from them. I'm just like I prefer to get away from this kind of thing.
You monster.
Keep distance away from them as much as possible. Well,
Yeah.
lovely to meet you. Best luck with the repairs.
Yep.
Come on, Sarah. Let's get going.
Luck with your travels, Morgan guide you. And then
Morgan guide
he
you.
And you as well.
closes the door as you're all outside, and
Yeah.
you hitch the horses back up to the cart.
Yeah.
The game married. I knew it. Always.
You hitch the horses up.
Bet on the right horse, I say.
I'm going to switch this back. You all climb on the cart. You're on the front with Sariel again.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. I open my book and I start writing, take down notes, and as best my memory, sketching the entire tower. Not tower, but like
Of course.
the relay.
You roll a history check.
Sure.
Followed by a dexterity check.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. You get a pretty
Dexterity
accurate.
check.
You,
That's cocked, actually.
you get a relatively accurate rendition. To the best of your drawing abilities.
Yep. I'm a bit of
Of
an artist.
of the relay itself.
Yeah.
And you make it a few hours, eventually come across a decent spot to camp, and Sariel suggests you bed down for the night.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I'm going to. Can't remember, how does trance work again?
4 hours, and
Yeah.
you're aware of
Yeah, 4 and 4.
you're aware of your
Aware of
surroundings.
So I'm gonna take the first 4 hours, and I'm gonna.
You literally can take the entire night.
I can take the entire night. Yeah. I'm kind of feeling
This
a bit-
watch is on me, guys.
He's
This
still
watch
aware
is
of
on
his
me.
surroundings while he's trancing.
as
Yeah, but
trance.
isn't trance only 4 hours?
Yeah, but I can do. I can
like
watch for the
it's
next
4
round, 'cause it's
hours
still-
replacing sleep.
yes.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
And 4 hours of
So-
light activity.
Right.
So
4
that's
hours
what
of
I'm gonna
trance, 4 hours of light activity. Okay.
I'm going to just like I'm gonna be like, I'll take tonight if you don't mind. I got a few things I
I'm
want to do
asleep.
during the night.
No complaints here.
I quickly take a little sip from my bottle. I'll
Take a
go
gulp of whiskey.
and I open my books and at some point at night I start trancing, and the rest of 4 hours I will continue writing down and reading up on what I've got.
Okay. And with that, we're going to end the session right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed. I am really happy that we got to a very lore-heavy session.
Oh, there's so much.
And it was probably a bit difficult on your brains, especially those of you who've been working all day. But
He's talking about me, guys.
Yeah, not me. I'm on
I'm
vacation.
very happy about it. And you brought out more from me than I was expecting to. I had to,
Like a name.
Fuck you. You are the absolute worst.
That
The
is
worst.
It's true.
Probably
Yeah.
factually true.
The worst.
Hildegard von Bingen.
Yeah. You got more lore.
Avant-garde von Bingham. Is that the name you just suggested?
Hildegard von Bingen.
Okay, I misheard.
Wow. Yeah, you got more lore out of me than I was expecting to give away. Because of some very nice rolls, so you should be happy about that. Because I certainly am. I'm very excited going forward with all this information. I have a lot planned. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you enjoyed the stream, feel free to give us a follow, join our Discord, and we can interact with you there. And by that I mean you can interact with us because we won't initiate shit because we're terrible. However, you can do so there. Also, all discussion on the stream is welcome in the Discord. We have spoiler channels and all that. Also, if you really, really enjoyed it, consider giving us a subscription, since we are now affiliated on Twitch, which would be absolutely fantastic. You don't have to, of course. We appreciate everyone from the lurkers to the subscribers to the Discord joining us, whatever.
It's like loving your favorite child, except you don't have a
But it
favorite
does-
child, apparently.
It does help a lot to have some money coming in externally. We use all that to improve this set and to improve what we're doing here.
You can have something that...
So
we can
if you
actually
would
see
like,
that properly.
feel free to do that. Also, go follow us on Twitter. All the links are in the panels below, so you can get them all there.
Also,
don't follow mine. just let them select
I kind of
something maybe.
something I just thought of that I'm totally gonna forget about next week. But existential question of the week: if Archibald
Oh boy.
casts mending on a jigsaw puzzle, is it just a picture, or is it just a solved jigsaw puzzle?
Oh.
And that, I think, is where that's.
I think it depends.
I have an answer to that.
Like, I think it depends heavily on how they made the jigsaw puzzle.
I think so.
Because it's not broken, technically. It's been made to be like that.
If they have like a wooden board and then
That's
you
a
cut
good
it into
fix.
those shapes with like a stencil thing.
Yeah.
But then again, if it's mass produced in that way, it might be that you don't have the same parts of the original wooden board that it was made from.
But,
so maybe some parts were fused together and some wouldn't.
And have you actually put it together, or you're just letting the spell try to do that? Because if it's been manufactured like that, each piece has been manufactured to look like that. So you really they
Guys,
don't
this
change
is
at
all great for a Discord discussion later on. So
This is a Discord discussion.
Yeah.
I think.
This is some kind of discussion. I'm not sure
Wow.
what it is though.
Wow, that was a great question. That was a really good question.
I look forward to
that's
next
where we
week.
should end it.
I think that's where we should end it. Thank you everyone for coming. We'll see you next Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Also remember the bananas are on every Friday, and one day we'll stream again.
And love each other.
Or don't.
Stop stealing lines from places that we don't want to steal lines from. Josh.
But who's lying?
Edward Elder.
Is it
Anyway.
Anyway.
Good.
We're a piece of shits.